I'm just here to give my opinion and carry Annie.
Oh, it's Chris Avalon Unfiltered, bitch. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. It's your boy, Chris Avalon, and welcome to a brand new episode of Chris Avalon Unfiltered, a show where we basically get into all the things going on in pop culture, entertainment news, gossip, anything that's going on in the world of entertainment. We talk about it on this here show. So before we get into today's topics, please do me a solid and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell. So that way you know when we go live with a brand new episode of Chris Avalon Unfiltered. And it's not really a lot going on today, but you know, I found me some good damn topics to talk about. And some of the topics we're going to get into, I came across this list. I saw it a couple of days ago, but I was like, oh yeah, let's bring it up today. So, you know, with Deadpool and Wolverine right around the corner, they're looking to possibly, well, not possibly, they are looking to replace Hugh Jackman. Like, Hugh Jackman's been playing the character for over 20 years. He's ready to move on, even though he said he was ready to move on with Logan, but they was able to reel him back in. You know, I guess Ryan Reynolds got a good head game. I'm joking, but not really. But so I got a list of people of who I think should replace Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in the MCU. I found it on CBR comic book, website. So we'll go through that and I'll give my thoughts and then you can give your thoughts as well. Plus, I did bring up the whole Ray J thing that in the middle of the show, I was getting a whole bunch of stuff about Ray J and the drama that was going on over at the Food Stamp Awards, aka BET, in case y'all ain't know. So I got the video of him getting into a fight with the little string bean Lemmy from Zeus. Child, he's a whole fucking clown. But anyway, so we got all of that. Plus, Ray J told me he was about to unalive himself. So it was a whole and said goodbye to Brandy and everything. So we got the whole situation. We're gonna talk about it. Plus, look, the Food Stamp Awards was even a bigger mess because they thought that it was cute or whatever to pay tribute to O.J. Simpson. So we're going to talk about that because the Ron Goldman's family and Nicole Simpson's family was lashing out. Whatever, girl. But we're going to talk about it. Plus, speaking of lashing out of things, it looked like, I mean, we've been talking about it. It seemed like every damn day we've been bringing up Hennifer and her husband. Well, apparently there's a story going around stating that their marriage was reportedly been over for months. We'll get into that. Plus, Bebe Rexha is lashing out at the music industry, saying that they haven't been, there's a whole bunch of drama going on with all that stuff. We'll break down her tweets because she was going on a whole tweet rampage this morning. So we'll break down all the tweets. But there's more tea coming out about Austin Wolf. I saw, I went by the gym earlier today and they definitely took his picture down. So, we'll talk. Plus, Zac Efron did a movie with Nicole Kidman. It's out on Netflix, and child, people went on social media and started talking about his botched plastic surgery on his face. So we're gonna talk about it because some of the stuff I was reading, I'm like, oh, y'all are mean. But anyway, we'll talk about it. Plus, JoJo Siwa, chat. I'm about over this girl. I need her to go find the nearest hole and bury herself in it. She is annoying. So apparently, she is revealing that even though she appeared as a guest judge on Drag Race last season, last year, she's never even watched a single episode. I got a problem with that. So we'll talk. Plus, Out Magazine, we're already halfway through the year. Out Magazine compiled the list of the best and worst albums of 2024. So I thought it'd be cute or whatever for us to kind of go down their list, see if we agree. And the reason why I'm gonna tell y'all, the reason why I was late is because I was actually compiling my list. Like I literally just put this show together 30 minutes within 30 minutes. That's how fast and professional I am. So yeah, I was a little on CPT by like 5 minutes. But when have I ever done a show on time? Y'all should be used to it by now. But anyway, so I compiled my own list, and then while we're going through it and stuff, y'all can even drop y'all own list of what y'all favorite albums and best and worst of 2024 so far in the comments as well, so we can kiki and do that. Plus, Ariel Versace is denying rumors that she was the All Stars 8 queen who dropped out. Probably, but she the one that she was saying that she was the one that dropped out, and then Naysha Lopez replaced her. So I guess we'll go through that story. I'm thinking I might just drop the best and worst albums of 2024 so far at the end of the show because I want to keep it all like, let's keep all the Drag Race stuff together. And then we'll do the whole album breakdown because I'm sure that's going to be a long one. It'll probably take us 20 minutes to go through that. if not more. But I'm not going to put timers on my topics because, it all depends on whatever comes out of his mouth. But anyway, before we get started, once again, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and the notification bell so that way you know when we go live with a brand new episode of Chris Avalon Unfiltered. Let me hit this banner. Let me see. I got people in the comments. So, good afternoon. RFK just admitted to, ew, child, why is it saying that? Look, we just doomed as a country. Now, we got RFK talking about he ate a dog. Biden lost his mind. What's left of it? And Trump been had passed crazy. We fucked. This is Zac Efron or Mickey. Then I can't take another sip of the damn Red Bull again. It's too soon. Look, we'll get into the whole Zac Efron thing. But I said the twins on season 15 never watched the show. Child. Oh, speaking of which, I got some tea last night. Oh, so apparently they filmed the All Stars 10, and I got some names. So we gonna go through it, which I ain't hear from me. Okay, so it says Zach does look a lot different. Well, yeah. Well, we'll get, like I said, we'll go through all of that while we go through the show. But good to see everybody in the room: Onyx, Felix, Robert, and all the others that's going to be dropping in throughout the show. But anyway, let's get our first topic in, and shout out to Comic Book Movie. I was gonna say CBR, comic book. CBN, is it CBR, CBM, whatever. Comicbookmovie.com. So apparently they put together a list of who they think should, play Wolverine, because Hugh Jackman, y'all remember, retired the role of Wolverine after he appeared in James Mangold's Logan a couple years ago, and I do love that damn movie. But like I said, the Merc with the Mouth was able to, I guess, work his mouth on, I guess, getting Hugh Jackman to reprise his role as Wolverine. And Deadpool the Wolverine, which already know, I'm excited to see this damn movie. You already got me. I don't need to see no more clips, trailers, promo. I don't need to see any of that. I did see the new Deadpool popcorn bucket where it's like a big hole in his head, and I was like, oh, that's a cute one. But me personally, I like the Wolverine one more because it's so perverted looking. So that's the one I'm going with. So now they said, look, we don't even know at this point if Hugh Jackman is going to continue with the role. He's already in his mid-50s. He said many a times he's overdoing it. But I feel like at this point, with the MCU revamping everything and really about to take and revive X-Men, I don't know when, but down the road, a couple years from now, maybe a year or two, who knows, with the way that they're going, they compiled the list where they said that, I think it was on sportscasting.com, where they talked about that who they think would be a good replacement. Now, one of the people at the top of that list who has been picked as like a favorite amongst people is Taron Egerton, who starred in Kingsman and Rocketman. He played Elton John. And I have to say, I like Taron Egerton because I loved him ever since Kingsman when he played Eggsy. And then he's appeared in other movies. He had a miniseries, or I guess it was a miniseries that was on Apple TV. So he's a really good actor. I do think that he comes close to looking the part. Me personally, I've always had my eyes, and he's not even on his list as far as I can see, unless there's a longer list. Let me go over this the channel and see if I can find. Well, wait, there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. It's not there at the top of the thing, so we'll just continue to go by comicbookmovie.com's list and what they put. Me personally, I've always wanted Daniel Radcliffe because I feel like Daniel Radcliffe resembles Wolverine in a lot of ways. Like when you seen that he got jacked at one point when he was doing, what was it, Guns Akimbo, and he did a couple of other movies. He's the closest that I thought it looked like Wolverine, and plus he's about the same height. Like Wolverine, if you know the comics, he's really short. The problem was, it was like, when Hugh Jackman came aboard, first of all, he was like this theater guy. They brought him in. People were like, why would you pick this guy? First of all, he's like 6'4". And then y'all pick a tall dude to play Wolverine when we already know in the comics he's short. And which I guess was the reason why they made him so little, was because then he could be like, it'd be more believable for him to be like this ferocious character. But because Hugh Jackman's a good actor, I guess, you know, Bryan Singer overlooked it and was like, you know what, we'll just put him in here. And plus, everybody looked the same damn height when you know, on the big screen. Everybody looked big. So the whole height accuracy and all of the stuff, I just be rolling my eyes at the fact of that. But if they want to take a different turn in the new X-Men for the MCU and actually go and revert back to the comics and make them short, I wouldn't be mad at it. Hugh Jackman cannot play Wolverine forever. Quiet as it's kept. I know a lot of y'all just want to keep things the same, but sometimes change is good. So they have Taron Egerton at 200, if you're betting or whatever. The next would be Tom Hardy at plus 300, Scott Eastwood plus 500. Then we have Henry Cavill, Jeremy Allen White, Charlie Hunnam, Jamie Dornan, and they even have Zac Efron in here. Now, I've always seen Zac Efron as playing Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four. Apparently, that's not where they decided to go. They went with Joseph Quinn. Congratulations to him. He got the part. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to be doing with this movie, where I believe they're going to start filming it like around Comic-Con weekend. I think that's when they officially start shooting the film. So Zac Efron, like I said, I'd rather have seen him portray Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four. Unfortunately, he didn't get that part, so he's out. Jamie Dornan, no. He's good looking, all this other stuff, but no. I believe Jamie, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Jamie Dornan was roommates with Charlie Cox, if I'm not mistaken, from, Daredevil, who plays Daredevil. Charlie Hunnam, I like him, but no, he's too tall, in my opinion. Well, then again, so was Hugh Jackman. And Charlie Hunnam, I like him as an actor, but he just doesn't give me Wolverine. Jeremy Allen White, if I didn't see how jacked he got for White Claw, I would have been like, no. But actually, I kind of am entertaining that. I've been hearing that a lot of people was talking about this new season of The Bear isn't good. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet. So I'm bracing myself, but damn, I really wish I wouldn't have read them comments before, I got to, but a lot of my friends on social media said they haven't been liking it. I've been seeing reviews that people are saying like they started out trying to start up this thing and it's like it has nowhere to go. And then it's a to be continued in the last episode, which is why I guess they decided to film both seasons back to back. But nevertheless, I like Jeremy Allen White. I wonder if he's still dating Rosalia. Probably. Look, I need y'all to get on Henry Cavill's dick for like 5 minutes. Y'all want to put his ass in everything. No, you want him as James Bond. You want him as Wolverine. You want him back as Superman. It's like, can we move on from that? Zack Snyder done fucked up the Superman situation. I liked Henry Cavill as Superman. He was the perfect Superman. He looked the part. However, Zack Snyder fucked that whole damn franchise by changing up the whole demeanor of who Superman was in that whole situation. So no, let's move on. I'm actually looking forward to what oh my God, what is his name? David Corn Sweat. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what he actually brings to the character. I know people complain about the suit. I'm waiting until the film is finished. When y'all do the color corrections, when y'all do all this stuff, I'm waiting until the film is finalized and it comes out in the theater. Then I will make my overall critiques. People looking at outdoor photos and making whole assumptions about shit. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talk about. So I'm waiting until the movie is what it is. When he's finished editing, I also heard some news that James Gunn has given Christopher Reeve's son a cameo in the new movie, which I think is awesome because it's like he's got kind of giving a nod back to the people that came before. And look, Henry Cavill is busy. He's about to start filming Highlander with Chad Stahelski in January. Chad Stahelski just revealed this. He said right after, I guess, there was some type of event he was at, that he's going right over to, I think, Ireland or somewhere. He said he's going to be location scouting. So they're getting ready to finally film this movie. And I'm excited because I definitely want to see if what kind of John Wick type of vibe he's going to bring to Highlander, which is like one of my favorite movies from the 80s. So Henry Cavill is busy. Henry Cavill has moved on. Let's move on right along with him instead of, being so quick to just discount or count out James Gunn, who has a wonderful track record in regards of making quality films. They may not have always done well, but when you look at his body of work, James Gunn is that dude who gives quality and really gives a shit about the films he puts together. So I think people need to trust that he knows what the hell he's doing. Because y'all will be eating y'all words like y'all eat it all the damn time. Y'all had a problem with Michael Keaton when he played Batman. Now you love him. You had a problem with Heath Ledger playing the Joker. Once you saw his part, you liked it. You had a problem with Henry Cavill's suit. Now y'all live for it. So it's just like when y'all say stuff, y'all get on my damn nerves. And then when y'all finally see the movie, then y'all end up 9 times out of 10 eating your words. So maybe the whole goal of this story is, or moral of the story is, stop bitching and moaning about stuff and wait until films is out and then give your opinion. Anyway. So Scott Eastwood, I like Scott Eastwood. Scott Eastwood is good looking. He looks just like his father. However, and I could definitely see him playing that role, but I can't see him getting it. But yeah, and Tom Hardy, I feel like Tom Hardy's too old. Tom Hardy's like 46. If it was like 10 years ago, I could say like, yeah, I could see him definitely playing that part, but no. So I guess to wrap this all up, the next generation of films, I would love to, I mean, when they revive X-Men for the MCU, I'm thinking Taron Egerton or Daniel Radcliffe. Those are my two choices. I don't think Daniel will get it, but it seems like the fans really want Taron. So I'm here for it. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Who do you think would be a great replacement for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in the next, reiteration or the MCU revival of the X-Men franchise? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, speaking of comments, let's get to some of them. So my friend Key Mac made a great observation. Camila Cabello and Kevin Hart are great examples of being canceled by the public versus being canceled by the industry. The industry the industry at one point did cancel Kevin Hart, and that was from the Oscars. He made them homophobic comments. But Kevin's still working. So but Camilla's music is trash though. But it seemed like, but what y'all were talking about is that she's popular overseas. I'm like, is she? You're still working despite the public wanting you gone for life. Man, it's crazy that don't even get me started on this bullshit. Well, look, he put all them people in office, and what I don't understand is, okay, so is the Supreme Court in control of the entire country? Like, what is the point? Like, to me, I may have to do research on what is the point of the president if he don't do shit? Like, why are you there? Because it seems like you appoint all these people to do things, but then, okay, so now you've given immunity to this clown, which goes to show if people are paying attention. If you are not a criminal, if you have no dirt under your nails or any kind of shit going on that you've done any kind of white collar criminal activity, which Trump has been doing for over 4 decades, why would you need to put all this shit in place and pass all these laws so that way you are immune from any of the things that you've done? And what does this mean exactly for what happened with January 6th? And so at this point, while I do not particularly I told her I don't like either candidate, but I'll be damned if I actually allow, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm just going to have to suffer these 4 years and vote in Biden for another 4 years. I will vote his brain in a jar into office before I ever push a lever to vote for some fucking Trump and turn this into a fascist environment. Hell to the no. Because a lot of shit that we're going through right now is at stake. And it's like, yeah, I don't like Biden, but I feel like, you know what? Let Biden do another 4 years. Let's get Trump and all them other clowns out of the fucking office. And then the next term, we could start focusing on third-party candidates, real progressive politicians who are going to push back at the blue MAGA and red MAGA, because in so many ways, a lot of the stuff, in my opinion, of what Biden is doing, he embodies a lot of the same Republican policies. They just, they're just better at shining a turd, as I would like to say. They're real good at that. So I'd rather deal with Biden for another 4 years and us being like, you know what, I don't like how he's handling Gaza and all the other stuff, and then how hard they were on black or people of color, locking people up for like weed and stuff. But I'd rather that than somebody telling me that, well, women have to be forced to have children to term, even if they were sexually assaulted, or the fact that all the rights that we've gotten as LGBTQIA plus people will get taken away because we're allowing religious people to take over the country, which is basically what they're trying to do, is blur the lines between church and state. So I was like, oh, hell no, we're not doing that bullshit. It's a Ryan T's Deadpool image. Oh, yeah, I saw that one. But like I said, I don't want to see anything else regarding, I don't want to see anything else around this whole promo with Deadpool and Wolverine. They already got me. You got my ticket. You got my coins. I'm going to see it opening night. Like, leave me alone with all your promotions. You already got the money. Y'all got a lot of our money. Y'all already got it locked where, the pre-sales blew everybody out of the water. It's going to be a huge block, it's going to have a huge opening weekend. Word on the street is that this may be the first R-rated movie to bring in a bit over $200 million at the box office. They said 230 million, which I believe might push it with in between like the Avengers Endgame. I think Avengers Endgame is like one of the biggest movies, biggest films to gross over $1 billion within that whole, top 5 situation. So Deadpool and Wolverine is about to be up there. They said it's going to make bringing at least $200 to $230 million at the box office, which I know shocked a lot of the usual people that sit and pay attention to box office tallies. But in my opinion, I was like, I knew that film was going to be huge because it's like you got Deadpool, which I am a huge Deadpool fan. I told you I got Deadpool as my damn screensaver. I don't know if y'all gonna see it. See? Oh, it's 4:58. As y'all can see, it's like I got Deadpool. He's in my phone. So I'm clearly a Deadpool fan. And Wolverine, people love Hugh Jackman. So yeah. I have a feel. He's not going anywhere. Henry Cavill, like I said, he's about to film Highlander in January. That was just announced yesterday. And he has that war. There was another film that he's supposed to be doing. I forget what it's called. I don't know why I'm thinking War Machine, but War Machine is another MCU situation. But yeah, it's supposed to be, I don't know. I'm not feeling like Google schmoogling right now. But yeah, he's supposed to be doing another movie. But but Henry ain't going no damn where. Robert said, another Robert. Hey, Robert number 2. It said, Henry Cavill can't act. He had like 10 lines in his own movie. He is good looking, but yeah, I do find like he is not as engaging on camera when it comes to acting. I think like when people look at certain actors, they don't want just an actor. They want somebody who is actually charismatic and charming. And I feel like at times that, yeah, Henry Cavill doesn't give that. Like there seems like there's a big disconnect. I feel Henry is burnt out because he did a couple of films since the whole Witcher thing, and look, he was replaced by Chris Hemsworth's brother, Liam. So I'm curious to see how that's going to be. Chris Evans, wishful. Well, I love me some Chris Evans, too. Who was about to be in one of the worst films of 2024 with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, where they're trying to find and save Santa Claus, played by J.K. Simmons. And I love me some J.K. Simmons. I loved him ever since Oz, but he looked good in that damn film. I said, oh, somebody been hitting the gym. But that movie looked terrible. What's it called? Red Notice, Red Somebody, Red Cootie Cat? I don't know. It's something with a red in it, but it looks stupid. I seriously think that Biden has to drop. He ain't dropping out because, and I've heard stories that there are people that are saying, okay, like the brain is braining. You need to drop out. But from what I've heard, that the people who are the Biden radicalists, the ones who've got their heads down, looking, just trying to keep their head down and act like what happened the other day didn't happen, they're shielding him from those people. And it's like, okay, well, look, it'll take a fucking miracle for people to just wake up and be like, you know what, even though Biden is screwed up or whatever what happened that day, that we'll still vote him in anyway because we can't have Trump come in. Like, I really can't think that this country would be that fucking stupid to vote in Trump after what he did 4 years ago. Like, we cannot have that short of a goddamn memory. He was horrible when he was the president the first time. So why the hell would you vote him in again? I said, when he did Argyle, he gave lots of I never got around to watching Argyle, but I heard the movie was terrible though. I know it's on Apple TV Plus. I could watch it, but I just never got around to watching it. And it said, but can most actors act? Arnold, The Rock, Vin Diesel, Jackie Chan, nobody. Well, here's the thing. Vin Diesel actually could act once upon a time, but then he got lazy because he was good in Saving Private Ryan. He did a couple of small independent films before he became this big action movie star. Now he just gives like this one note, monotone type of, you know, acting style. So he's gotten lazy with his performances. Jackie Chan is someone who does like he mixes action and comedy. So and he's like a physical comedy type of action star. So he gives pretty much like very much what's his name? Like Groucho Marx, um Charlie Chaplin, like kind of in that vibe. So it depends. And Dwayne The Rock Johnson, you know, there have been moments where he's shown that he actually can perform. When he was in the early parts of his career, he was terrible. Then he started doing like The Rundown, and he started doing these other smaller films. And he showed that if he really put his mind to it, he could act. But then he's another one that got lazy and just started basically just playing himself on camera all the damn time. Jason Statham is an action star who can act. Not Arnold, Sylvester Stallone's an action star who can act. So it depends if you put your mind to it. And Arnold, yeah, he wasn't always the best actor, but they knew how to play to his strengths. That's usually how it is. And the same thing with they say the same thing about John Cena. You know, depending on who he works with. If you play to his strengths, he's good at that. One of the action stars who I feel like has improved wholeheartedly in his acting, Dave Bautista. So it depends. But anyway, let's move on let's talk about Ray J. Child because he is apparently going through it. So Ray J claimed that he is suicidal in a social media post shared following an altercation at a BET Awards after party. Now, after alluding to a backstage altercation that occurred at the event, the 43-year-old rapper shared a photo of himself walking the red carpet looking calm and collected, which he said was taken before it all went bad, saying first at hashtag BET. Sure, you need to call it EBT because y'all be giving food stamp teas with the way y'all be acting. And then later on, too, I'm really at a breaking point. He captioned the image on his Instagram story. To provide for my family and have generational wealth was always the plan. But money is evil and people are banned and I can't take it anymore. Well, I won't say money is evil. It depends on where you get that money from and who you doing business with. Because I don't feel like all money ain't good money, as I like to say, but all money ain't evil. It's just depending on who you're doing business with. And child, Ray J, we heard stories that you be messing with, that you be doing like money laundering and gangster type shit in regards of how you be getting your money. Anyway, that was a story I was actually talking with people about back in 2023. I was having that conversation, especially when you was out in Vegas. But you wouldn't hear that from me. So he continued by saying these chain of reactions are stemming from being locked in a false reality / confused about this whole life. The singer said the ish going on around him is mind blowing and making him and uncomfortable with the perception of reality. You know, I gotta mumble certain words because algorithms. If y'all haven't caught on already. So he proceeded to claim that BET Awards staff locked him out of the show and wouldn't let him back in for some reason, saying, I don't know who they didn't want me to see. It was with probably Lemmy's string bean ass. Toward the end of his rant, he wrote, they paid, and put in caps like he was Kanye. He said, they paid me, to shut up, and I did. I feel bad and hate myself for it. Exclamation point. I don't want any more of your dirty money. 2 exclamation points. In a very concerning move, he ended the post by writing goodbye to his sister Brandy and promised he would make it right. Saying, I won't let them get away with it, he concluded. I told the people close to me, that I felt like something is about to happen. F it, I said. Now, according to Us Weekly, he was involved in a physical altercation with another clown, Zeus Network CEO Lemuel Plummer outside the rapper Glorilla's BET Awards after party. In footage shared online of the brawl, the two men appeared to get in an argument before Ray J seemingly swung at Plumber but blocked by security and removed. He is currently in the middle of a divorce with Princess Love, who he shares daughter Melody 5 and son Epic, who's 4. So, and then the article goes in the whole situation about how him and Kim Kardashian, paved the way for adult content website OnlyFans with the 2007 infamous sex tape and all this other stuff. But, child, before we go any further, I don't know if y'all seen the clip of him getting into it with Lemmy and them, and then, Lemmy string being ass surrounded by security. That's another one. First of all, I don't like Lemmy. Number one, I can't stand Zeus and all the bullshit that they put on that damn channel with all the ninja nonsense that they like to put on there because all they do is fist fight and stuff. And Ray J got his new channel, Dosh, I believe that's the name of it, that is pulling the same stunts. Now you got a bunch of transgender girls, almost said the other word, fighting. So you trying to do baddies with trannies, basically, is what he trying to do. Look, it went with the thing. That's why I went. It rhymed at the time. So basically, that's what he was out here trying to do with that. And I'm like, can y'all actually, like, if you're a Black person or a person of color and have the opportunity to create a channel, streaming service, whatever the case is, why is the first thing a lot of y'all want to do is put the most ignorant of ignorant type stuff on your channel to draw people to watch? I mean, you can mix it up. You can have all different types of stuff. Everything ain't got to be about people fist fighting on camera. But this seems to be what y'all think that people want to see, because it's all about y'all trying to get that easy damn money. But if y'all been paying attention, y'all know that a lot of these streaming services be struggling. And the thing that I found clownish, especially when I looked at this video that I'm about to show y'all about Lemmy and this whole situation, because I saw it the other day, I think it was on, what channel did I see this on? I saw it on probably somebody's YouTube channel or was a Neighborhood Talk. But Lemmy going up in a restaurant and somebody filmed it, and they was like having his people look at the table, and then they surrounded it with like 4 bodyguards, that big Black dude, looked like they was about 6'4", 350 pounds. And I'm sitting here like, Lemmy, don't nobody know you like that. Like, who are you to be thinking like you need all this security surrounding you like you literally Natalie Nunn? Like, everybody know Natalie Nunn before they know fucking Lemmy. But he running around here with all this damn security trying to get attention, I guess, because he wants to be a celebrity. A lot of these people, and that's another thing I have a problem with a lot of you execs or a lot of you producers or a lot of you people that work behind the scenes. Y'all all want to be celebrities now. Y'all all want to be on camera. Y'all all want to be famous. Y'all want to be Andy fucking Cohen instead of sitting your ass backstage. And I'm reading Andy Cohen too. Like, all y'all don't need to be on TV trying to be Dick fucking Clark. Like, stay in the background and shell out the money and create the talent. Not all of y'all have the talent to be on camera. Quiet as it's kept, or the looks. But anyway, let's get to the clip, and then we'll talk.
No. We good. Hey, bro. Motherfucker, dude. My fucking eye. Ray. No, Ray. Relax. It's me, man.
Okay, so that was that. Y'all out here acting like a whole damn fool, chair. So, Ray J out here fighting people, but trying to look like he was about to pull out a piece. Probably that same piece. Can you imagine it was like that gun purse, that pow purse, as I should call it, that Angela Simmons showed up on the red carpet with, and people got mad at her for. I'm like, but isn't that what y'all condone? Y'all condone ninja nonsense when y'all be on, you doing these BET. That's why I can't even get behind the EBT awards anymore, because in the past couple of years, I've noticed like y'all were mixing like the hip hop and it was just like a mutual marriage between the two. And I was like, I was loving what they was doing with the BET awards. Now it's literally become the lowest common denominator. It's become ghetto. It's become ratchet. It's become messy. It's become nasty, sloppy. Y'all finding all these gutter rats from off the street and giving them an opportunity and a dream. And it's not even worth watching anymore. And I was just hearing so much trash that was happening that night. I was like, I have it recorded because I was going to watch it on Philo, because I have it on my what do you call it? I have it on on the DVR, and I was going to watch it. But then afterwards, I'm hearing all this mess. And then they had a bunch of women doing the Usher tribute, which I heard was another situation that people had a problem. They were like, they couldn't find no men to sing the songs. Like, why didn't they have like Cheryl Chorus was kept? Maybe I could tell y'all why they didn't have no men up in there. They had Keke Palmer and all these other women up in there paying tribute to him, but no men. That's probably because a lot of these R&B singers, when they came after Usher, y'all haven't been able to live up to the level of success that Usher has had. Just because you're able to still sell out stadium or arenas or whatever the case is, Chris Brown, which is he is on tour. That's one of the reasons why probably he wasn't there. Plus, also, Chris Brown has been shrouded in controversy. They're not going to have him up there. Trey Songz, I know his name was rumbling around. They're not going to have him up there for the same reason. So there's that. Plus, I was talking to some friends of mine online, and well, it was like we had this conversation last year, and I'm glad I had to go to the group chat. And then one of my friends was like, and I'm not going to say my sources, but I was like, because I could have said, did we have a conversation a while back about Ray possibly being involved with criminals in Vegas? And then one of my friends in our group chat said, yeah, I remember that. At this point, he's part of a drug trafficking organization. Allegedly, we gonna say that. And then I didn't know about this. Even I don't particularly care for her because I be feeling like she's very biased in a lot of certain celebrities that she talks about. But they said they watched a video from Impressive Channel mentioning that Ray J might be responsible for the drugging up. They said Wendy, but I think they meant Whitney, because remember at one point he was in a relationship with Whitney Houston, mentioning that Ray might be responsible for the drugging of Whitney prior to her relapse and now rehab. Bitch, new gag, but it all makes sense. Well, I don't know what that means. So I asked, and they didn't get back to me. I was like, are we talking about Wendy or Whitney? And then they talking about some Keith Lee. Like, who cares about him? Ain't he slow? Oh, maybe I should have said that, child. That's a little rude. I don't care about no fucking Keith Lee. Who cares about him? Because he go around reading people's restaurants. Girl, nobody care about her. But anyway, I'll say all this to say, I'm gonna definitely keep my eye on this story regarding Ray J. Ray J always been out here trying to act like a wannabe damn goon. But you know what? They always say, um, when you start playing with fire, this is the repercussions of when you start playing in this little world. You should have just been going on being a businessman, doing whatever you need to do. But a lot of y'all be trying to be wannabe gangsters and all this other stuff and getting wrapped up in bullshit. And this is what happens. But I wanted to see if there was any more left to the article in regards to that, because I know at one point they talk about Kim Kardashian and his, like, we don't care. We already know, like, Kim Kardashian, um did the whole situation with the sex tape. Because I remember in 2022 he said that her mother, Pimp Mama Chris, that's what I call her, selected one of 3 sex tapes he shot with Kim for release of the adult film. The artist said that Kim's mother and manager, Pimp Mama Chris, watched the 3 sex tapes and decided to release one, which was shot at a resort in Cabo St. Lucas. And I'm sitting there like, you gotta be a special kind of fucked up to sit and watch a damn sex tape between your whore daughter that you trained to be a whore, and then being like, you know what? Because I want to step outside the Rob Kardashians, because remember, Rob Kardashian was how we became aware of Rob Kardashian. He was one of the attorneys for O.J. Simpson, who we're about to talk about in a second, because, we're concluding with the BET story still. And that's how we knew of the Kardashians, because of that. They was friends with, OJ was friends with them. So then after that, after he passed away, I think he had the big C, they had to find a way to keep that coin coming in. And so Pimp Mama Chris pimped out her daughters, and here we are today. We can't get rid of them bitches. But anyway, I say all this to say, let me know what you guys think of this story. Do you think Ray J out here being extra per usual? He loves finding ways to stay in the spotlight. I believe the story is that he probably entered some shit, and now he's way over his head. I hope nothing don't happen to him, but boy, just keep your head down and basically go and work on, building your business and this streaming service when you got all these chicks on here like Sydney Stardom acting a damn fool for what? 15 minutes extra fame? Well, 15 minutes more to add to the fame they already got. Anyway, let me know what y'all think down below. Now, speaking of which, we got comments here. Oh, chat. Oh, I'm going to get into that in a second. Hold on. I can't stand his ugly ass either. Looking like a whole string bean. And then I remember hearing the stories about he was, I think he's married, but he was over there hunching them girls from the show and gave one of them an STI. I'm like, oh, nasty. Thinking because you got a tight ass network and, these girls are, clapping them cheeks on your meat just so they can have a couple more minutes of fame. I would never pay money to watch anything on Zeus. I have watched stuff on there before out of curiosity because they did Bad Boys or something, Bad Boys Club, whatever the hell it was called. And I watched the first season with Milan Christopher, but I didn't pay for it. I used a friend of mine's thing. And I was like, this shit is stupid. So I stopped watching. And I didn't care enough about watching Jocelyn Cabaret. So yeah, so I started watching that. And then I just went back to watching, stuff that I actually care about. I just don't like, when I was younger and I used to watch don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit up here and act like a hypocrite. Like I didn't watch a lot of ratchet TV. I watched Love and Hip Hop back when it was fun to watch. I watched Flavor of Love and I Love New York and those and Charm School. I watched all those shows. They gave me my life. And back in the day when The Real Housewives was good and Basketball Wives was good, now the way they do reality shows, like they'll really. I just read that story about that read about Ray J. I'm gonna get to the comments, but what was it? I was like, I watched all them shows back, but I feel like maybe I've outgrown that whole style of reality television. Now I'm all about reality competition and stuff like that. I don't care about those type of shows. Like those shows is late. I know people that still watch that stuff, but it's like I've evolved. I don't care. But it's fun to talk about on the show. Both of them are scum to me, only known for one thing and are nobody with okay? Yeah, I was not watching the ninja nonsense at the BET Awards this year. That's why I call it the Food Stamp Awards, because y'all just be ratchet as fuck. Not Aspen nostril teas. That's why I laugh. It is like they can't even afford the hello. Exactly. They don't like Beyonce. Beyonce would be caught dead in that damn place. And y'all be talking about she ain't black. Oh, she black. She ain't a ninja. That's the difference. And that's what y'all want up in there. That's what y'all clamoring for the lowest common denominator. Hence this comment. People angry Tyler won over it's absolute. And I saw that shit online too. It's like Sexy Red, don't nobody. Why y'all trying to make Chlamydia Barbie happen? Like we don't care for her. Like I feel like I got a contact disease from that bitch. Like I need a shot of penicillin in my ass whenever I see that bitch on my screen. I can't stand her. I don't understand how that bitch is famous, but y'all live for trying to make her a thing. Her music was terrible. She looked like her pussy stink. And like I said, I need a shot of penicillin in my ass whenever she come across my screen. She can't perform for shit live either. And Taraji is definitely not writing. No. Well, none of them do. I think they have writers that come on there and do that. But it was like, I want to see Sexy Red win Best New Artist and Best Female Rapper, even Child. Nikki could care less probably about that whole damn BET Awards. Nikki's about to throw the BET Award. Exactly. That BET Award, BET Awards, they don't look. I feel like most of these awards these days don't mean jack squat to anybody. It's just like, it ain't worth the paper it's printed on. I said Chris and Lemmy are both evil master manipulators. Oh, you talking about Pimp Mama Chris? Yeah, they are. He went from being a mama's boy to this. What happened? And that's what I was wondering too. Sonia, where you at? Sonia and Willie Senior, where y'all at? What's going on? Why come get your son? That's what need to happen. They said the girls on Baddies Caribbean sleep with ew. Child. Ain't no dick in the world that I'm gonna actually like put my mouth on for a better fucking edit. And all them bitches is burning. I said, I'm the type to rewatch old bad girls. Here's the thing, and that's what I've been doing too. Like I watch old shows. I guess maybe because I do want to film it. Maybe it's a way that we look at stuff as like, this was back in the day when stuff was good. These days, the stuff ain't shit. But that's why a lot of times we watch stuff because of nostalgia. You say, "Oh, how you doing? How was the gym? When you went to gym, because I know you a trader. Now you go there. You don't. Sailor Mermaid don't go to the same gym as me anymore." Oh, so one of my friends finally answered. They said, "Was it? Oh, I know why they didn't answer my thing because when I tried to send my text earlier, it didn't go through. So I resent the text, and Lord Roach looked good. Okay." I probably post some pictures after. So in the group chat, they was like, so I said, was it Whitney or Whitney? Because I heard the latter from another source. And I'm going to spill who it was. And then one of my friends was like, they saying both. So I'm like, Ray J, I know you wasn't out here trying to slip drugs to Wendy Williams and Whitney Houston. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Ray J out here distributing drugs, chair. Okay. Yeah, I was about to redo. But I was like, he said, you a traitor. But oh yeah. And then that's when it was like, Sailor Mermaid sent me the picture because I walked past Jim U earlier. Oh, well, I'm gonna get what, I'm a whole lot because we're gonna talk about Austin Wolf in the show today. So I walked past the gym that he had his picture outside of, and they ripped the damn thing down. So it's halfway up. You whore. He said the sauna was everything. So you was in there slobbing on some knobs. How you doing? Because what else we use the sauna for? Not to actually, get detox. I be detox. I use it to detox my mouth on some ping, child. We start being a mess. But anyway, let's move on and let's talk about Orange Juice Simpson. Orenthal. So, child, word on the curb is that apparently Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman's families are upset over O.J. Simpson's in memoriam tribute at the Food Stamp Awards, calling it entirely inappropriate. You know what? I'm sorry, Robert. I saw your post. I'm gonna read it when I'm done with this one because you mentioned something about the awards. But anyway, so it said the segment, which also paid tribute to late stars including Willie Mays, Rich Roundtree, Ron Cephas Jones, Louis Gossett Jr., and Carl Weathers, described Simpson solely as a former NFL player. Yeah. Now, hold on, because what I want to do is let's pull the picture up. Oh, no, not that one. Let's pull up the photo in case y'all didn't watch the in memoriam. So I'm gonna put it up, and there it is. So Tia Mowry introduced the segment as a tribute to the black excellence that we unfortunately lost this year. Okay. Adding that those featured changed how our artistry is seen and left us with a legacy that who the hell wrote this shit? A legacy that we will always remember. It's never easy to say goodbye to those who influence us, but we can take a moment to celebrate and acknowledge their contributions to the culture. While the audience had been applauding as each photo appeared on the montage, a noticeable silence fell over the crowd when Simpson's face was shown, according to the Hollywood Reporter, with one person in attendance noticing some titters among the crowd. Users flocked to social media to express their disbelief over Simpson's inclusion in the montage, saying he should not be remembered at all. That's what one person tweeted. Another person said, I can't believe they gave that murdering monster that respect. Disgusting lack of empathy and compassion for the victims' families, and BET should be ashamed. Another person wrote on Reddit. Another person put, whoa, and the disrespect to the other individuals who were honored in memoriam, and how this a-hole had taken this beautiful moment from their family, friends, peers, and community. This F word can't stop being abusive when he is dead. Well, damn. So it says Simpson's football acting career was overshadowed by. But look, y'all already know about the 1995 murder trial. Apparently, and look, here's the thing: the reason why all this stuff was going on at the time, of course, is because this happened around the time of the Rodney King riots and stuff that was going on in L.A. So the things were a bit tense between the police and black folks. So OJ and this whole situation, and that happened in Los Angeles, happened at. Let's just say it happened at a good time for him because he was able to get off because of the, Ron, what is his name? Ron Furman? That, the cop, that was racist, and they brought that up, and then the glove don't fit, you must have quit. First of all, I don't know how you gonna put on a glove with a glove on top of a glove and think it's not gonna fit. It's like, but we didn't think about that all the time. I think we were so caught up in the sensationalism of it all, and we never seen a high-profile case like that broadcast on TV. So that was the beginning of like the whole reality TV type situation because we was watching that shit in real time. And I remember when I was in school and they delivered the verdict, I saw like all the black people was happy and all the white people was pissed. And so, but that was because of what it was at the time. Now that things have cooled and now that years have passed, we all looked at it as like, we knew his ass was guilty in some way or another. He probably hired some people, whatever the case was. The story over the years that he was very abusive towards Nicole. He was always beating her and being abusive and being going into these jealous rages and all this other stuff. And it got to the point where a lot of times it happens in abusive relationships that it gets to the point of you either beat that person and they leave or they're gonna end up unalive. So we don't necessarily know exactly what happened. I do know that when OJ left this earth, he knows what happened. And we'll always forever have to speculate because we really don't know the story. And they was able to get him on that trial in that case, but they was able to get him later on. I think it was for tax evasion or something or another. That what they got him on. It's funny how they never can get you on your criminal shit, but they always get you on some tax evasion as Al Capone. Well, you had to dig him up and ask him. But look, Al Capone, they couldn't get him on any of them murders that he was doing back in Chicago, but they got his ass on tax evasion. So it's funny, that's how they get you in those type of situations. So Nicole's sister Tanya slammed his inclusion in the segment, telling TMZ it's inappropriate to give an abuser and murderer recognition. Whoever thought of doing that owes every domestic violence victim an apology, and that's including our family, and they should be fired. Fred Goldman, Ron's father, echoed the same sentiment, saying, I think they shouldn't include anyone of that caliber. A wife beater, murderer, can't imagine why they would include someone like that. And so they basically said that what he was arrested on was this. They said in 2007, Simpson was arrested for armed robbery and kidnapping after breaking into a room at a Las Vegas hotel and casino and taking sports memorabilia at gunpoint. He served 9 years in a Nevada prison before being released in 2017. He died at, what was it? What are we in July? So like almost 3 months ago, he passed, he died at the age 76 after he had prostate cancer. Well, damn, if he was bending over and touching his toes in prison, they probably been able to catch that prostate cancer sooner. And it's up your ass. But anyway, so if he's capable of having a gun and armed robbery and shit, he's definitely capable of murder. And if his ass wasn't guilty, he wouldn't have ran and had the police on that chase in that fucking white Bronco. And here's the thing that I don't get about black folk, especially them fools that I know why they did it, because these days, the truth be told, nobody's watching award shows like that anymore. So BET, I'm sure the people that work there needed something to create controversy to want to get people to watch the show. So they were, doing all these stunts and shows, having the most ignorant performing, had to put him in the in memoriam so that way you could trend on social media. So that way people go and watch the clips, people, they get trending, people talking about it and all this other stuff. So now that's what it is. It's all about like trying to trend and go online. So they probably got like a bunch of damn kids up in there. But then again, would they even know who the hell OJ Simpson is? I'm sure they probably was like, somebody up in there came up with the idea, which I think, in my opinion, is stupid. But what do you expect from trash like the BET Awards, who have no kind of credibility? Look, quiet as it's kept. I won't be surprised. I'm just looking forward to seeing what stupid shenanigans they're gonna come up with the VMAs when that drops in 2 months, because I think it's September when that comes out. But I say all this to say, and look, and there's another thing that I want to say about OJ too. It wasn't until this whole criminal situation that came out. He was another one that was a pick-me Negro, like what's his name? Tiger Woods, a bunch of them that sit and run over there to them white people in Calabasas thinking that they are part of the situation until they start beating on y'all and murdering y'all. Then all of a sudden, when the white people want to take your ass down because you forgot who the fuck you was, that you a ninja at the end of the day, the way that's how they look at you in society. When you was getting all your tens and stuff, being the athlete and being in the Naked Gun movies and all that other stuff. When he was doing a little comedy and all that other stuff in his acting, when he was acting at one point too. I forgot about that. And then all of a sudden, y'all want to come home back to the cookout. The latest one is Jonathan Majors, because he did the same shit. And now he thinking because he got a damn perseverance award from Lipo Lee, all of a sudden, all is forgiven. And I can't even, and now I'm looking at, I've been looking at her sideways. Megan Good, like, girl, is this supposed to help you? Like, you being attached to Jonathan Majors, how does that help your career? Is that supposed to get eyes on Harlem? That show that I think you might still be filming it. I'm not sure. But I said, but I just see Jonathan Majors in the same situation as like OJ, except he ain't killed no white lady yet. Just saying. But anyway, what do y'all think of this story? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below. Ooh, is that, oh, you said I would, oh yeah, I saw that one. It said no, just okay. The last time I checked, OJ said he wasn't, but of course he's not. He ain't black. I tell you, they never black until, the shit hit the fan. Then they want to come running home and getting that invite back to the cookout. And like the fools, a lot of people in the community are, y'all be ready to embrace them with open arms. I don't think so. If you gave up your card to go over there with them people, stay over there with them. Stay over there with the MAGAs. And like, a lot of these Negroes that's run up here all over social media talking about how they voting for Trump and all this other shit. And when you ask them, first of all, I saw one on the Young Turks who talking about he a veteran or whatever. I said, so you gonna vote for somebody who actually is a draft dodger and said he had bone spurs over, and don't get me wrong, I don't like Biden either, but the bullshit that you came up with your reason for voting for Trump was a cackle. And then I'm like, if you want to try to read Biden, at least know how to say his fucking last name. It's Biden, not Biding. But they had all them stupid idiots up there, and I just had to have a whole. I said, can y'all get me off this fucking planet? Because I have low tolerance to stupidity and stupid ass people. Anyway, they said there needs to be a study on why the black community constantly uphold and honor. Child, we be here all day trying to unpack that shit because I don't understand it. It's probably due to the fact that the black community has always been good at coddling abusers. Don't know why, but you do it. I don't. I'm always willing to call out what's right and what's wrong. He was doing the bit. I wouldn't be surprised. They said, did they not have anyone else to pay? Apparently, they must have ran out of black people, so they had to throw up in there. But I forget who they said, and I really wish I would have wrote it down. I forgot they did mention that there was somebody that did pass away that they didn't even put in the in memoriam. They said first the black guru bashing the black women. Now this child, I'm beyond exhausted. He was on Roots. Now, and of course playing a damn slave. It's funny how you play the slave in Roots and you act like a whole fucking slave even off camera. But anyway, let's move on and let's talk about Bennifer. who apparently, there's a lot of tea that's been coming out about J-Lo and Ben Affleck. It feels like every damn day that I do a show that we've been doing the latest on what's going on in regards of Bennifer and their whole damn relationship. It's like every other damn day. And it's like, I'm tired, but since it's trending, since everybody's talking about it, let's talk. We got to keep it going. But why stop now, right? So it reports that Ben has moved his belongings out of their shared home, which they're trying to sell, by the way, and claims that celebs are selling off their art. Page Six is out here reporting that the couple's marriage is done and apparently has been for a minute. Now, according to sources, they've been apart since March, but Affleck is very protective of Bennifer. Now, rumors of the couple's split hit a fever pitch in May after Affleck was noticeably absent from J-Lo's side at major red carpet events like the Met Gala, which she co-chaired this year. He also didn't accompany her to the premiere of her new Netflix project, Atlas. Lopez then added fuel to the rumor mill that she liked an Instagram post about unhealthy relationships, saying you can't build a relationship with someone who is disconnected from themselves. That's what the post said at the time. Now, Bennifer later canceled her greatest hits tour, This Is Me Live, Page Six exclusively reported, to take time off to be with her children, family, and close friends. But yeah, we already know the reason why she actually quit that situation was because wasn't nobody out here watching it. Watching it. Wasn't nobody paying tickets to see the show. She fucked it up by calling it This Is Me Now, the tour, which I think rubbed people the wrong way because they were like, oh, now you're about to shove all them horrible ass songs from that dated ass album down our throats, and we don't want to hear all of that when we go pay money to see your tour. Then she started trying to charge a whole lot of people, a whole lot of money for a meet and greet. And it's like, sis, we're not even that girl where, damn, you're not even that girl that, what was it, like that? Because I was just thinking about something where I just watched this clip of Watch What Happens Live. Damn, I really wish I would have brought that clip up. Y'all didn't see it. But I had shared it in my stories. And Adam Lambert was on the show. And it was some other dude, too. I didn't know who that was. But Adam Lambert was on there. And Andy Cohen plays this game on his show called Do You Give a Damn? Or Do the Gays Give a Damn? Or something or another. So Adam Lambert was on the episode, I guess, to promote his music and the documentaries and stuff that he did on ITV, which I forgot to bring that up. I actually watched the ITV documentary the day that I did the story on it, and then the day that it dropped, it was on YouTube. So if I hope it's still up there. It was a really good one. So anyway, they asked him, do gays give a damn about Jennifer Lopez canceling her tour? And the guy was like, yeah, I think they care. And the look on Adam's face had me cackling. He was just like, very much like Britney whenever she would hear like some questionable vocals on the episode on when she used to judge X Factor. And Andy caught it. And he was like, I don't think that's her wheelhouse, which it isn't. It's like, yeah, she may, I ain't going to say allege. It is, we heard the tea. She may have a child that's part of the queer community as being non-binary and may have people in her family that is also a part of the whole non-binary situation. However, I don't feel like Jennifer Lopez is someone who has catered a lot of her music to the gay community. If she makes her music and whoever likes it, likes it. She really hasn't even though she's performed at Pride, her music has never really kind of been locked within the gay community. The gay community, in my opinion, does not look at Bennifer the same way that we look at Madonna, a Kylie Minogue, a Charlie XCX. Like Charlie XCX is that girl. The queers love her at this point. I have loved her for a long time because of the type of the genre of music that she does, or Rihanna, Beyonce, like the gays live for those girls. Jennifer Lopez has never really been part of that conversation. So they said, so people, the fans weren't willing to take that risk in regards to being like, okay, so we don't even know what this tour is going to give, and we're not taking that risk in regards of that what this tour is going to give, because we don't know and we don't trust you, because the way you came out and branded this tour the first time, we was kind of like, no ma'am, we're good. So she's got to go through a serious rebrand, in my opinion. Like, I feel like at this point with this marriage and everything that's happening, she really needs to do a new, I know y'all gonna probably get mad at me for saying this, but whatever. She may have to work on a new album, but if she does, maybe we need some of those heartbreak songs. But will people care? But I keep saying that what Hennifer needs to do is stick to the dance stuff. We want to see, like, I think what Robert and I was talking about earlier, when we felt like they said, when we was talking about what may have hurt Janet's career, that she thought that because she was a certain age, that people didn't want to hear dance music from her. I'm like, bitch, if you still got the ability to hit a two-step at whatever age, we want the dance music. Madonna ain't stopped giving us dance music and didn't give a fuck about what her age was. She was up there keeping up with them 20-something-year-olds when she was doing, you know, her many a tour before the Madam X tour, all the other tours leading up to the Madam X tour, I'll say. She was giving full on, going through it, physical choreography, all that other stuff. So if Madonna was giving it in her 50s, still up there dancing, there's no excuse for Janet, there's no excuse for Hennifer. If you still got the ability to get up there and dance and keep up with your dance, you know, those young kids that you hire to be your background dancers, then keep doing it. We don't want to hear you trying to sing like you Mariah Carey. Girl, you ain't got the range. But anyway, so they also went on to say back in May, a source told Page Six that Affleck had come to his senses about his and J-Lo's short-lived marriage and wanted to call it quits. And so what I felt like this is, because of all the timing and everything went on with the marriage, I truly feel in my heart of hearts, and I said this yesterday, and I'm probably just sounding like I'm beating a dead horse at this point. I truly feel the reason why their marriage is where it is now is because she broke his trust by using a lot of the personal stuff. Like, he had all those love letters, like she revealed it in the what is it? The greatest love story never told. He said, I would think like the story about, you know, about a love story or whatever, and the stuff that's going on in our personal life. I thought this would be something that she would keep to ourselves. Then I didn't like he was basically saying like, and you could tell by his body language, he wasn't comfortable with her sharing a lot of the love letters that he had written to her over the years, that he had gifted her as a gift for Christmas, by the way, in a binder, you know, all the love letters he wrote. He didn't like the idea that she was sharing this with, you know, the people that she was working with on that album, the album y'all didn't care about. So he was uncomfortable with that. He said, I didn't think she was going to do something like that. So that's what it took for you to be inspired. Like, I would think, like, I'm always inspired as, you know, when I'm being creative or an artist. Yes, sometimes it ebbs and flows, but that relationship with you and Ben could have been the only thing that caused you to want to do whatever. But anyway, we all know it was a vanity thing. She was in her self-absorbed bag. Ben is the opposite. He's someone who's extremely private. She's someone who's not. And I feel like with all of that happening, she broke his trust. And I think that is the catalyst of the whole situation. He trusted thinking like, oh, well, if you put all this out there, you saying because you were so big on, oh, I have to take the risk. It's worth the risk. And even though everybody's advising me against it, probably including Ben. Then when you realize the album flopped, nobody cared about the documentary. We didn't understand what the fuck the movie musical was about. And she kept saying in the thing, well, nobody understands it. Well, bitch, if nobody understands it, then clearly it's a bad damn idea. But when you in your Delulu bag, this is what you get. But you want to keep going because you have to prove everybody wrong. Come to find out, they was all right and now your ass is wrong. But this is what happens when you stubborn. So now it costs you your marriage. And that's what I believe, in my opinion. I don't know if y'all agree or not, but if you do, let me know in the comments, that this is the beginning of what caused the rift between them. This is why I said y'all should just took time to get to know each other and date instead of being so quick to like get together. She didn't even let her pussy get dry from A-Rod being wrapped around A-Rod peen before she jumped on him. And, you know, Ben's full of, you know, a piece of shit for love bombing her and going after her, like being real persistent and going after her in regards of the marriage, you know, getting back with her. But then I'm looking at your ass sideways, and that's probably why he mad. Because I'm sitting there thinking that, well, why would you also have this situation where it was just like you had all these love letters still while you were married to Jennifer Garner? Because the math ain't mathing the way you was doing. But I'm looking at it as like, wait a minute. So while you was married to that other Jennifer, you actually had them love letters still? So you still pining for Jennifer while you married to Jennifer. So you ain't shit with that either. And to me, I'd be looking at Ben like somebody, like you went to one of the most prestigious schools. Like, I know you're smart. I think you went to Yale. You're a smart guy, 2-time Oscar winner. but you ain't bright when it comes to relationships, so you deserve to be alone. So you wrong for love bombing Bennifer, and Bennifer, you a fool for trying to risk your whole relationship for your and nobody cared. So it's unfortunate that the marriage didn't work out. I can't be surprised to say I didn't see it coming, but it is what it is, child. But I'm just waiting any moment when y'all just fully officially announce it, and we could all move on with our lives and all that good stuff. So whatever. Let's move on from this, but I guess we're not gonna be able to until there's gonna be more stories coming out, I'm sure. And then we're just waiting with bated breath until Bennifer announced their joint statement that they've called it quits. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below. And let's go to the comments section and see what the peoples is in here talking about. Oh yeah, yeah, I heard that they're selling the artwork for the mansion. The mansion is 60. What was it? They paid $60-something million on it. I think 60 mil. First of all, that's crazy that you would put that kind of money in it. So I really hope they signed a prenup, because I'd be damned if I'm going to have to give half my money to any damn body, her or him. On both sides. But if I think about it, I'm sure Bennifer is she's probably worth more than he is. I know she's worth over $400 million. I don't know how much Ben is worth. But anyway, so it said, well, the first obvious sign their marriage was doomed was at the oh yeah, I remember that when she and when they were having, it looked like they was having an intense conversation and the cameras caught it. I remember that. And said when Bennifer rolled her eyes and it was seen on camera, I think Ben has said he wanted to go. Yeah, it was just like he don't want to be there with all them people and dealing with, like, I think he's someone who is just always, he's relatively shy. He's probably anxious in public spaces. She loves being seen. She loves being on camera. She likes, when she wants you to do it. Otherwise she wants y'all to look the other way. I'd be damned if that bitch ever tell me not to look at her face. I'd be like, and what, bitch? What you gonna do? Nothing. But anyway, so yeah, I saw that clip. Adam was saying he doesn't think gays are Bennifer. Yeah, she's not. I mean, then she's not. Okay, you had like maybe a couple of bops that we could bop to, like Waiting for Tonight, which part of those kind of ain't really a damn song. Like Third Party, that was one of their songs back in the day. I still can't find that album nowhere. Like that album's not even available on like streaming channel, like Apple Music, Spotify, none of that. I do have it on cassette though, but Waiting for Tonight was on that record. And that's where she got it from. But most people know it because of Bennifer. So I think her main target audience is yeah. I don't even think Latin men would go see Jennifer Lopez unless you're a homosexual. I don't see that like straight Latin men going to see Bennifer in concert. So it kind of makes you wonder, it's like, yeah, who is her target demo? She really hasn't taken the time to really invest in that audience, or any audience for that matter. She just puts her music out and is like, if it's a hit, it's a hit. If it's not, it's not. But she hasn't really been putting out hits in a while. She would just put out songs, throw it up against the wall and see which one sticks. And that was it. So the gays are really hard to please, or hard to, well, that is true. I'm also learning that what gays are listening to, most of them aren't on Billboard charts because the Hot Dance Club charts are discontinued. Well, yeah, a lot of the music I listened to wasn't like what was popular. And it said like Janet J-Lo go back to Red One and Hex Hector. Is Hex Hector still making music? Like, I've been listening to his old, look, first of all, today I was getting my life because I was like, when I was at the gym and then all that stuff, I was listening to a lot of 90s house music. Like, I was in my Roxy bag. She does a lot of bitch try, like Get Her. And then, there was one of my other favorite songs is She's Tyler Moore, She's Mary. She's Tyler Moore, She's Mary. That was my shit back in the day. I remember I heard that song for the first time when I used to go to Esquilita in New York, in Manhattan. That ain't been around no more. So that was like 20-something years ago. Was it? Yeah, I guess so. Child. Mother has lived, I told you. So yeah, I was up in here listening to She Lives Up the Block. She works the block. She works up the block. She lives up the block. She's Tyler Moore. She's Mary. She's Tyler Moore. Oh, well, how go? Marsha, dreams in color, looking very scary. She's here. She's queer. Get used to her. She's Tyler Moore. She's Mary. She's Tyler Moore. She's Mary. She's Tyler. Okay, let me start. So I can get my bitch track bag, honey. So I would listen to a lot of old 90s house. Like I've been listening to LSD, who actually was another name, that alter ego of Junior Vasquez, in case people didn't know that. I was listening to Peter Rollhofer. You know, Peter Rollhofer, they had a tribute to him over the weekend. I was mad I did not get to go, but I saw friends of mine, DJ friends of mine, who actually were there. Shout out to Obra Primitiva and Ted Bishop. I saw y'all was there at the event. I would have liked to have gone, but unfortunately I wasn't able to because I had to work. Next year, when I find out what all this shit is going on, I'm going to have to start taking off a lot of these Pride events because I was so mad I wasn't able to go to a lot of these events this year. So, I've been in my 90s house music bag today. So that's why I was like, you just took me back when I saw this. So I'm like, I don't know if Hex Hector is still making music, but we do need to bring kind of like that. I was gonna say we need to bring the kind of like that 90s, 2000 house music back, but I kind of think it's making its way back. So yeah, she needs to get back into that whole situation. But anyway, you said J-Lo go back to J-Lo. I mean, Jenna needs to go back to the dance floor because I'm tired of her doing the same 1-2 step with the same goddamn songs, and y'all just eating it up on the damn, on the tour. And I know she's doing like 30-some odd songs on this tour that she's doing. So y'all, the people out here eating it up. But me, I get bored with Jenna because I already know what I'm about to get whenever I go see her live. She plays too safe for me. But anyway, so it says she made the relationship and marriage too public. Absolutely. And that's what I truly believe is the beginning of what caused the rift in their marriage. Everything flopped, including. Yeah. Well, look, after this, once she get rid of Ben, I really think that she need to take time with herself and really see a therapist and figure out what's going on with herself and not go to you know, middleweight Joe, fat, who used to be Fat Joe. Now him medium weight Joe. So I don't think that Jalen wants to keep things private. No, she don't. She's a grade A narcissist because it's her job as a public figure. But the problem is, it's like, if you want to find ways to be open and let your fans in a little bit, you can do that. Like, there's people who's really good at it. Madonna's been really good at like letting the fans keep up with her and see like what she's all about and kind of getting personal in a way without getting too personal. And I don't think she knows how to do that. Like, you see some of these celebrities that be on TikTok dancing with their kids and doing certain things. She hasn't figured out how to be personable with, her audience in the way that a lot of the younger generation is these days in regards of how they interact with their fans. She needs to figure out how to do that. So I said, did you watch the video I sent you about? No, I didn't get around to it, but I heard the stuff about Brooke Mueller as a suspect. I talked about that a couple of days ago, but here's the thing. It's like, if she's even a suspect, whatever the case is, at the end of the day, he's the one that did the drugs. So I feel like people need to stop blaming other people for decisions that grown ass people make in regards of the type of drugs that they use or the decisions. Like, people need to take responsibility for their own actions in regards of what they put in their body. So now, because he's too old, and he was old enough to know better. Like, Matthew Perry was in his 50s. So now he and Matt Damon are best friends. So Matt Damon is complete opposite of Ben. Love being a celebrity, the perks and all. Ben looks depressed. I wonder if he hates oh yeah, remember when he was in Voyage of the Mimi? I don't think Matt Damon was ever a child star. I know he's been doing movies for a long time. Like, I remember he played, and he was in School Ties, a bunch of other, I think Ben Affleck was also in School Ties. I love that movie, by the way. I hated Matt Damon's character in that film, but it was good. I said, too bad Matt has taken her target demo. Yeah. 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 I truly believe it. But ain't enough of them that's going to sell out, an arena. Or are they? Gays and audiences are, like, but they said, honestly, J-Lo, gays and audience are Latinos. So, but Ricky Martin has his demographic. He has the gays that'll show up, women will show up, and people will, within the Latin community will show up for him. But so we know what Ricky's demographic is. I turn to you, but Hex, I love a lot of Hex Hector's music. A lot of his remixes. Especially, and I remember, didn't I just see Melanie C perform a remix at was she at Glastonbury? A lot of people was at Glastonbury over the weekend. Hex Hector had a lot of really popular. Yes, he did. I was a Hex Hector fiend back in the day. Her ninth studio album, she even admits one reason why she wants the Spice Girls to return. She has more solo work than music with the girls. Well, but that's I was like, you know what, let Melanie go off and continue to make her music, or whatever, because if the Spice Girls don't want to come out and put nothing out and get back together, then she should just do her own thing. I mean, her solo music is good anyway. I really feel like she should just stick with the dance music. I mean, I like some of her other songs, but I like when she does like more of the dance pop stuff, especially on her last record, which I did put as one of my favorite albums of. I think it came on last year, 2023. So that was like one of my favorite records. And yeah, I definitely was a fan of Thunderpuss. Um, yeah, so I was listening to it. Child, I was a big old circuit queen back in the day. And it's I watched Lee's documentary. It was yeah, we talked about that, but I need to get around to watching it. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet, so yeah, I'm gonna try to watch it this week. And it said, like you said last night about them using the seizures as a clip. Yeah, I mean, I figured it wasn't going to be the only thing, but I hated the fact that I felt like they sensationalized it to try to sell the documentary. Like, I was already like the first time they released the first trailer for the documentary, y'all already had me. I was going to watch it. Y'all didn't need to put that clip all over social media to be like, oh, look, this is a hook to get people to want to come watch it. Oh, look, she's having a seizure. Oh, sensationalism. Come over and watch. Like, no. I felt like y'all fucked up with that part. So it kind of, in a way, made me a little hesitant to even want to go in and jump immediately into it. So now that I know it's there, I'm bracing myself. I would have liked to have watched it and just been surprised that, oh my God, this, like, what's happening? I feel bad. Like, I wanted to have like a natural reaction to it. Now it's like, y'all put it out there. Maybe the reason why they put it out there because we have to give trigger warnings and stuff these days about stuff because everybody needs trigger warnings. And everybody can't just go in and watch something without, stuff being, just naturally watch stuff. Instead, we gotta put ratings on TV shows, viewer discretion advised. This may cause this, and it may cause something, a rupture in your brain. Like, it's like back in the day, we used to just watch stuff and we just, dealt with it. Now we gotta warn everybody before they even watch stuff. We gotta spoil whole films and 2.5-minute trailers. It's annoying. Yeah, that's another thing that get on my damn nerves. Well, y'all got to put the whole fucking movie in a damn trailer. I was like, well, damn, what's the point of watching it? Another thing that's pissing me off, and I just heard about this. Why the fuck is they already got a release date for the new Quiet Place movie to come out on demand? The end of the month. So what's the point of going to the movies to see it? Y'all got it coming out, I believe, July 30th. So y'all don't the movie industry is going in the shitter. So if y'all don't really want y'all movies to do well, why even put them in fucking theaters now? It's like the movie did well. It was the number one movie at the box office, I believe, over the weekend, or maybe I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head if it was or not. So I shouldn't probably say that. But I did hear it made over $50 million this past weekend. Already y'all got a release date for when it's coming out on demand. It's like, damn, y'all don't even give movies a chance to like have a moment in theaters. And y'all shouldn't even be doing this, especially because 2024, it's y'all don't have a lot of films coming out right now. 2025 is about to be booked and busy. Like, there's a lot of movies coming out next year. So why are y'all just like already setting release dates for on demand for people? It's like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna just keep my ass home and wait till the end of the month and rent it. So what's the point of me going to a theater? And I love going to the movies. But then again, on top of that, I do get irritated because I feel like y'all be fucking up my goddamn experience in regards to wanting to watch films. The way people be acting in theaters. Y'all want to talk, you want to put your feet up on the chair. I'll be ready to fight people in the theater. And I can't be going to jail. I got things to do. I got people to impress and impact. I can't be locked up. How the else am I gonna run my mouth doing this show? But anyway, before I get to the next topic, because I saw somebody, was a movie she reflects on her life. Oh yeah, we definitely, child, this country is a goddamn mess. I'm about to get my fucking passport, and I'm gonna tell my friends out in Spain. I'm like, sir, you have to make a space for me, Jovan. You have to make because we about to be roommates. I'll learn a little Catalan Espanol, so that way, I can speak speak a little, Spanish with a lisp and hunch a lot of them Spanish boys out there. Because, child, my peen gonna be busy if I move out there. But anyway, let me stop being a hoe and let's get back to the show. And let's talk about Bebe Rexha, who went on a whole Twitter tirade, on social media. So I saw it earlier when I was on my way. I was on my way out of, I left early this morning. I was out in the streets. Went to the gym and all this other stuff. And I had saw that Bebe Rexha had posted some stuff on Twitter. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So apparently she wants to take down the music industry after being silenced and undermined for years. And this comes just weeks after she dragged G-Eazy for treating her poorly. First of all, still out here working with G-Eazy. And then another thing, I heard he released a new album. Who's listening to that shit? But anyway. So Bebe Rexha, shout out to Billboard for this story, launched a fiery broadside against against the music industry. What's against the music industry? Y'all need to proofread over at Billboard before y'all start hitting send. Because y'all be with your grammatical errors. It's annoying. But anyway, so she went off on the music industry this morning, July 2nd, claiming in a series of Twitter posts that she's been mistreated and sabotaged at every turn. The 34-year-old singer has helped write songs for everyone from Eminem to Selena Gomez, Tate McRae, and Tinashe, while scoring hits with G-Eazy, Martin Garrix, and Florida Georgia Line. And she also wrote that she has the kind of inside dirt that could burn things to the ground. Well, girl, here's the thing. Tell it before they try to take you out. Because, that's what they be doing in this business. When y'all start preluding the stuff, they're going to find a way to punish you. So she said, I could bring down a big chunk of this industry. I am frustrated. I have been undermined. This is what she wrote. Who has been writing songs and performing since she was a teen. I've been so quiet for the longest time. I haven't seen the signs, even though people constantly are bringing them up, and they have been so obvious. And when I have spoken up, I've been silenced and punished by the industry. Things must change, or I'm telling all of my truths, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've been quiet for the longest time. I've seen the signs. I haven't seen the signs, even though people constantly are bringing them up. Okay, they publish the same shit twice. Y'all not paying attention? See, there's another thing, too. They posted the same post twice. Now, at press time, a spokesperson for Rexha's label for the past decade plus, she's been with Warner Brothers for the past decade, and this is what y'all doing with her career. Like, no shade, but Bebe's career ain't popped. She's still putting music or whatever out, but she's always kind of giving mid. Very Camila Cabello, Rita Ora, that whole vibe, where it's just her whole thing. Like she's got singles, she's got a couple of cute songs, but her career's never really gone anywhere. It's just kind of, flatline in a way, like even with the line going across, the machine in the hospital. So it said that Warner Brothers had not returned Billboard's request for comment on the tweets, and the singer had not specifically revealed what inspired her series of fired up missives. When a fan asked what happened again, Rexha replied, again, you haven't even heard 5%. You have no idea. In another exchange, a fan opined that nobody should be forgiven for the time they took your name out of Hey Mama. The tweet appeared to reference the 2015 David Guetta song, Hey Mama, which was co-written by Rexha, Guetta, and several others. At the time, Rexha told Billboard that though she was credited as a co-writer, she was not initially listed as a vocalist on the track alongside Nicki Minaj and Afrojack, a situation that stuck in her craw given that she described at the time as an already rocky path in the music industry. I really wanted to be featured on it because, I've been signed and dropped and now signed a second time, so it's been hard, the then 25-year-old said. What ended up happening was that it looked like a lot of names on the title, so they wanted to keep as many low features as possible. That's what I was told, and it made sense to me. I guess more than 2 featured names don't look good on the radio. Also, I heard, if there's a whole bunch of features and writing credits and things that's on a song that you don't even get nominated for a Grammy, I think I've heard something or another like that. It has to be literally 1 or 2 people max that's credited on it. So, she also went on to say, on Tuesday, though, in response to a fan's Hey Mama comment, Rexha said, my love, that, compared to all the other stuff you don't know about, that's child's play. The back and forth continued, and Rexha telling another commenter who asked what has stopped her from speaking out that she basically said they punish you. Now, a decade removed from the Hey Mama drama, Rexha also claimed that in the midst of promoting her latest single, I'm the Drama, she's been struggling to well promote the song because of what she claims are further roadblocks in the industry. She said, "Marketing, I have no budget for that," she wrote of the song that dropped on June 28th. "I'm fed up." The singer who released her third full-length album, Bebe, in 2023, I didn't even know she released it, continued to explain her frustration, writing, "This is not coming from a place of anger, it's sadness. I'm sitting in my hotel room in London crying my eyes out. I felt hopeless for the longest time. I've been walking a lot through this city and meeting fans, and they have really ignited something inside of me." In the midst of the string of laments, Rexha thanked her fans for continually giving her the strength to carry on. Now, to date, Rexha has scored 4 top 10 hits, including her 2017 FGL collab, Meant to Be, which peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, as well as the 2015 GEZ Team Up, Me, Myself, and I. At number 7, Hey Mama, number 8, 2022's David Guetta collab, I'm Good Blue. I hated that fucking song. And I even hated the Blue song. But that song came in number 4. Now, Rexha recently lashed out at G-Eazy, calling him an ungrateful loser and dubbing the song his only real hit. Well, that's true, because he didn't even have a hit with Britney. That Make Me Ooh song was trash too. But here's the thing. One of the things I don't like about a lot of these artists, y'all be doing the subs too damn much. Like, if y'all gonna come out and say that you're gonna go scorch earth on the record industry, you know I live for some tea because I'm nosy. Then go scorch earth on the record industry. Put it all on the line. If you're gonna risk your career to say some shit and instead of giving light threats, to me that don't mean nothing. Like, if you're gonna say some shit and say it with your whole chest. In the words of Wendy, say it like you mean it. Ooh, ooh, shout it out. And put it out there, because otherwise, put up or shut up. That's how I feel. And in my opinion, there's a lot of people that's frustrated with how the industry is and how they treat certain artists, whatever, who I guess won't put out, won't do whatever that they want you to do, and then they punish you and they want to play games with your career when all you want to do is live the dream and actually create your art and all this other stuff. And then you have all these gatekeepers that want to do shit. And quiet as it's kept, I don't know if it's quiet as kept because we talk about it a lot on the damn show, that 9 times out of 10, you really don't need a label anymore. I feel like a lot of you artists are lazy. A lot of y'all don't want to take the time to actually take your career in your own hands. You want the labels to handle everything while y'all just get out there and look pretty and then, oh, let me pull a budget together to help me with my music. Fuck all that. First of all, what budget? These days, artists basically be putting their shit up on Instagram and on Apple Music or whatever the case is, and they promote it through social media, which is why the record industry feels they get irritated, because it's like, the kids now know how to use their music and all this other stuff, or ways to find ways of marketing on TikTok and these other things. So maybe what she needs to do is go the route of a Tanashi, go the route of a Megan Thee Stallion, go the route of a Charlie XCX, and go independent. So if you really feel like your career is where you want it to be, fuck the label. Leave them. Ask them to get you out your damn contract and go independent. That's what a lot of artists is doing. Look, Tanashi gave the middle finger to her former label after putting in years of hard work of being an independent artist and working on her own. She finally got a hit. We had a couple of bops here and there, but with her latest song, she was able to find success because she kept pushing and she believed in herself. So maybe that's what it is. You need the words of encouragement. Your fans have been encouraging you, and hopefully you'll take that energy and you'll just be like, you know what, fuck this industry. I'm going to go and do my own thing independently. And once you become independent, spill the tea. Because we want to hear it. Otherwise, I can't stand when y'all be out here alluding and stuff. Well, I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it all. I'm going to tell on everybody. Girl, you better hope you live long enough, because, they be doing all kinds of crazy shit to people out here who speak a little too much about what's going on. Look at what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. But what on the curve is they found that little book and all them names. But they've been saying that for the longest about Jeffrey Epstein. They was going to spill tea about what celebrities in that book is. We still waiting. But anyway, what do y'all think of this story? Are y'all thinking the same that I am in regards to, like, okay, if y'all going to tell it, just tell it. Put up or shut up, in so many words. Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, Felix says, like a couple of her songs, but she's kind of, exactly, that's what I said. She's very mid in regards to her music. Like, her music don't be given, I hated that Blue song. Because I'm like, y'all really didn't even you didn't even elevate the song. It's just like, okay, so you basically just took the sample from that song, and then y'all just did a whole song around it. Just like y'all, who was it that did? There was somebody that just took a sample of Alice DJ's "Better Off Alone" and y'all just did a song. It's like y'all just recycling old shit that I grew up listening to, and now y'all just marketing it to a new audience and making it a 2.5 minute dance pop track and thinking it's just original. And it's like, it's boring. It's mid. Like, we ain't gonna remember that shit 3 months from now. I listened to her album. It was just okay. Nothing stood out. And that's another thing, too. She doesn't stand out as an artist. Maybe finally, it's funny how you going on this Twitter tirade that finally made your ass interested and got us talking about you. Most of the time, they still get blacklisted, even if it's just a sub and don't say a name. Okay? And that's why I said at this point, they're going to blacklist your ass. At least say their name, say their name. Say their name, yang, yang. Come on, Beyonce. Anyway, so let's move on, chat, and let's talk about this whole Austin Wolf, who's currently still in prison for the videos and things of that nature. For context, because now I've been doing this a lot lately. I've been pulling pictures up to give, and I wonder if he still got this body while he locked up. Because when you ain't got the enhancement drugs allegedly, and you ain't able to hit they do have gyms in jail, so I wonder if he's working out. But anyway, let's move on and let's just talk about Justin Heath Smith, who is the 43-year-old adult content creator known as Austin Wolf. He's being held currently at a detention center in Brooklyn after a judge ruled that he's a danger to the public and a flight risk. Now, because, I wouldn't be surprised if he jumped on a plane to Mexico. Where did he film? I can't remember. It was, I think it might have been Puerto Vallarta, where he had his little, week getaway, his little summit where he would bring other content creators in and they would film together. And I got a couple of them that sent out comments and stuff in regards to this whole situation. And we're going to get to those. So adult film actor also, who, Justin Heath Smith, was arrested on charges that he distributed child CP, we'll say. He stands accused of sending and receiving at least 200 videos, including one of a 10-year-old boy being bound in the R word. Now, before his arrest, he posted adult content on his Twitter account where he is seen seducing and having sexual relations with a young-looking fan inside John Reed Fitness in West Hollywood. Now, Smith was arrested following charges filed by the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damon Williams, and the FBI on Friday. According to authorities, he used a Telegram account to exchange the porn with another user, which they later found stored on a memory card at his New York City apartment. He was charged with 1 count of distribution and receipt of child porn and 1 count of possession of CP. I keep forgetting to say CP. Now, Smith, who had over 947,500 followers prior to his arrest, and currently has 935,000 followers. So he didn't even fall off that much, which is crazy to me. Like, people are still following him. Because he went from, as far as I know, 947,500. Now he's at currently, I don't know, I haven't checked. I may have to go check over on the Twitter. 935,500, posted videos of himself seducing a young-looking male at John Reed Fitness in West Hollywood before having sexual relationships with him inside one of the shower stalls at the gym. I do have that footage. It's a screenshot on the article that I did on my website, chrisavalon.com. If I can't show it here, we'll probably get taken off the air. So John Reed Fitness allows filming inside their facilities for fitness models and influencers, so it's easy to film pornographic content. So I guess you could show, you get all these Instagram fitness people that be up in there filming themselves working out and trying to give everybody fitness tips and all those other stuff that we see on Instagram and things of that nature. So, and we already know also was notorious for filming in showers and doing things of that nature with people. Now, on Monday, attorney Thomas H. Andrakovitz, who represents Justin/Austin, told the Advocate that his client is being held in terrible conditions, saying the government's press release contains nothing but unproven and untested allegations against a man that is presumed innocent. Justin is thankful for the incredible support he is receiving from his friends and supporters. Well, can I channel Sutton Strack and can y'all name them? Name them. Can you name who these supporters are? But then again, if I say that, then they can be like, yeah, let's cancel them hoes. They say he is presently detained at Metropolitan Detention Center. It is well documented in judicial decision after judicial decision that the conditions of confinement at MDC are inhumane. Mr. Smith's conditions are no different. The staff at MDC have already failed to provide him with his basic medications. Now, what are those? Because inquiring minds want to know what kind of medication he using. Is it the high five medication, allegedly? No, I'm just asking. Because remember we did in the last article, there was someone who said that when Austin posted content without his permission, and he asked him to take it down, and he basically was just bullying him, being a dick about it, that he wound up with 3 different cases, 3 different STIs running through his body parts. So it kind of made me wonder, I wouldn't be surprised if Austin was running around with the high five. So Benjamin O'Cone, a spokesperson for the Office of Public Affairs of the FBI, it's FBOP, which would be the Federal Bureau of Prisons, confirmed to the advocate that Smith is in federal custody at MDC, but would not comment on Andrikovich's specific allegations for privacy, safety, and security reasons. O'Cone added that the federal prison system provides essential medical, dental, and mental health services to all inmates and has an administrative remedy program for addressing inmate concerns. Well, here's the thing. I don't necessarily know how I don't know how it is when it comes to like the prison system and what it is in regards to the medical industry and all the other stuff that's within that. If you are somebody who is a correctional officer, my uncle's a correctional officer, I need to ask some of the people that I know that are COs what the conditions are in there in regards to like the medical, the dental, all that other stuff. I need to find out the tea on that. I'm not really familiar, but if y'all some COs that's watching this and y'all got some tea in regards of how the system is, definitely let me know in the comments. Because I definitely want to know. So, yeah, he said he wasn't addressing inmate concerns. Now, Wolf's arrest and the serious charges against him have sent shockwaves, of course, through the adult entertainment industry, where Wolf is well known and has a substantial fan base. As the legal proceedings unfold, the community remains divided, with some expressing continued support and others grappling with the disturbing nature of the allegations. Now, I got a couple of them tweets, and let's go through them. So, men.com wound up saying, "We are utterly repulsed and horrified by today's news reports regarding Austin Wolf. Let it be clear, none of our brands have a current partnership or affiliation with him whatsoever. We are swiftly and decisively removing all content featuring him from our platforms." Now, of course, when I went over to the Twitter, y'all should have read the comments because the comments were shady. Now, Austin Wilde said the following in response. They said the entire internet knew he's into little boys because he wasn't shy about it. And y'all steadily gave him work and exposure. This is just damage control, but better than nothing. Viking Russell wound up saying, he said, like you guys had no clue. Many of his vids with your site are equally cringeworthy. Take ownership. Another person wound up tweeting, I don't think he does adult entertainment, but he got a blue check next to him named Edward_JPG, said, "We are not going to talk about all the other models you hire who have SA charges and you still film them." Well, chill, can y'all name them? Who are these people that he working with? It got 9 likes, but nobody was in the comments talking about it. Another person wound up saying, "So if this is genuine, then how about you guys stop producing content where the image of a teenage boy is fetishized or using verbiage that panders to people like Austin using phrases like daddy and son or young teen?" So a lot of people in the comments basically going in on them. But then I'm going to read 2 more, and then we'll move on to the other celebrities that have come in. Well, the other porn stars that have come in and have said some things. Psychedelic Misfit Toy said, "Y'all probably already knew, it's giving damage control." And then Lesbians for Q, #Team Saphira, #Team Q. Why are we still talking about RuPaul's Drag Race? But anyway, the entire porn industry needs to be investigated because I'm sure he wasn't the only predator. This whole industry glorifies pedophilia, incest, and rape. Okay, so I'm going to read one more because they said this. Levi Larios Targaryen said this. "I hope the other studios follow you." Used Falcon and Hot House. as examples. Well, I don't know. I haven't gone over to Falcon's website and I haven't gone over to Hot House, so I don't know if his stuff has been removed. I do know that men.com said that they were going to remove some of the stuff from there, so that's what I know so far. Now, the other people that were in the comments that said some stuff, Joey Mills jumped on and said, let's get one thing clear. I've never worked with this man for a studio or personal collab. The only times I've ever been around him was during award shows and other industry events. I'm not tied to nor associated with anything this man did or does. I don't even know why Joey Mills had to even incorporate that. Like, okay, so you showed up at an event, the Gay VNs, which is where a lot of people show up there, and probably just see him in passing, be like, hello, how you doing? Nobody ever said that you were associated or attached. Or maybe they did, I don't know, but I don't understand. It's giving like guilty by association. So I don't understand the point of why Joey Mills felt the need to put all that in his tweet. Now, Felix Fox was one of the models that recently attended Austin Wolf's collab week in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and filmed a few scenes with Austin, said the following. Hold on, because I had to open it up because it cuts off. So he says, I'm late to reply to the disgusting actions of Austin Wolf. I absolutely cannot express how repulsed I am at his behavior. To put anyone through that, let alone a child, my heart is filled with sadness. It is fucking repugnant. The law is merciless against those that partake in this abhorrent behavior. From what I've heard, more people/content creators are about to be exposed. Well, child, I can't wait to find out who those are because we're going to talk about it on the show. Anyway. It said, also, it sickens me to think that this exists. I effing hate it. My heart goes out to every single victim that this pedophile got his hands on. So Jordy Massa jumped in and said, I love you, Felix. Peace and blessings to you. It's a gruesome and disgusting situation. I'm proud of you. Another person said, will you delete your content with him? And he said, I've deleted everything on OnlyFans and Just for Fans. I am locked out of for my fans, but have requested for MF support it be deleted. Well, it's probably and that was something that I definitely wanted to understand is that okay, now with Austin being locked up, who is handling the whole for my fans situation going on over there in regards of the business? Because what's going to happen with a lot of those content creators? Because people were sitting there saying, didn't you work with him? And he was like, both are correct. Yes, I worked with him multiple times. I had no clue what was going on. I'm an aloof person in a lot of ways. But if I'd seen something like this while working with him, I'd have alerted people. I had no idea. Wait, hold on. I was like, pass. Oh, first of all, okay, it's Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't watch that show. I don't care. Okay, so now there was some more, and then we'll, wrap this up. Now, Jason Luna, who was also a frequent collaborator of Wolf's and attended Collab Week as well, didn't necessarily defend Wolf, but he didn't condemn his alleged actions either, the latter which caused a few people to drag him on Twitter. Now, keep in mind, I will point this out, and you know what? Shout out to you, Jason. We are social media friends. We follow each other. But it's looking a little, on your part because you also got a bit of controversy a couple months ago when you collaborated with Michael Lucas. Your collab with him came out around the time when that whole story came out about Michael signing the missile meant for the Palestinians. And he was all being a Zionist all over social media. So Jason put, and this is when he releases on June 30th. He said, most of us are silent because we are having a really difficult time processing what just happened. And JMV, who's the only JMV who is a content creator, put correct. Viking Muscle put, what is difficult to process? None of this was a shock to anyone. Another person put, hope you can understand my perspective. There's always build up to something like this. Many have stood by complicit to acts of role-playing with humans and highly suggest youth. Sadly, currency, popularity, and opportunities are valued more than morals. And this was the point that I was literally trying to get to, why I feel like a lot of collaborators look the other way when it comes to people like Austin Wolf doing what they're doing. And what irritated me, two things. One, Austin Wolf got locked up on Pride weekend. First of all, I didn't like the idea of y'all trying to Now this is given, and I hate having to even think about them fucking people, but it gives the conservatives more reason to look at the LGBT, well, the gay community. We're gonna talk about that because this is what we talk about. We talk about gay content creators. This is a thing that is fetishized within the gay male community. When we have that daddy son thing, the whole gay cest, that whole vibe that we see that is popularized in the family dick stuff. The is it what is it? Corbin Fisher, like a lot of that type of stuff. When we see a lot of that incest type porn or daddy son type of vibes, where we see in a lot of the porn that we watch, a lot of the stuff that's popularized, the stuff that wins awards, the stuff that is glamorized through our community. And what I have noticed, where a lot of y'all be trying to backpedal and be like, well, I didn't know we was doing these things, but it's like a lot of y'all, you know, will look the other way if, because knowing the type of asshole, and I've heard stories over the years about Austin Wolf. This is why I never particularly cared for him. And if y'all ever watched when I would do stuff about, I would throw shade about Austin Wolf in certain things in my posts on social media. Whenever I would do this show, there was always little things that I was alluding to, you know, over the years regarding him and how skeevy he is and the things that I've heard. But I feel like a lot of times, a lot of you content creators look the other way because you knew that popularity and the opportunity, because he is someone who is put on such a pedestal within in our community, especially the adult film community, the gay BNs. He gets to go to all the big award shows, and you know the popularity and the opportunities of working with this person. Y'all benefited from it. So when y'all want to say, I didn't know, I'm processing, get the fuck out of here. Like who's buying that? Nobody. You're not that smart to even, you know, sell that shit. So I don't know. So I guess a lot of people didn't, you know, I guess people did drag him and all this other stuff, but they said, I understand being in shock about what was found in his apartment. Y'all seemed like close friends, and I bet this is terrifying, but this statement is given my kid would never have done something like this energy. At least delete your content with him. And another person put processing LOL equals I'm cracked out during New York City Pod and I'll process this next weekend. Chill, y'all are shady with that comment. But anyway, let's move on, and then we'll get to the other. We'll get to the other tweets and get through those. Another person put, Adam Cyrus put, I found this out today as a survivor of CSA. I never knowingly worked with a predator, and the moment I find out about it is the moment I see associating with him. I've deleted all my content with him, and I hope he rests in pieces. I'll be washing him out of me forever. See, this is the type of tweet that you should put out there. So shout out to Adam Cyrus for that, because he's the only one that I've seen. Or maybe it was a couple, once somebody read up at the top. I don't remember, because I've just been saying a whole lot of stuff, just reacting to what I've been reading so far. That he's the one that I've noticed that has been like, you know what, because of what happened, I'm scrubbing all of, you know, my collabs with him and stuff. He's the only one that said that. Everybody else is kind of, I'm disgusted. Mind you, your shit is still up there. Alex Grant said, and nobody's surprised, but then somebody posted, did you sleep with him? And he said, I guess that, yeah, one time or whatever. One time at band camp. Then Tony Jingles put one concern. Wait, I got to open that one because it's a long one-ish. It cuts off. One concern from today's catastrophic news is that we had the poster child for gay porn, the most recognized talent in our industry, be exposed for some of the worst acts you could possibly imagine. And with that, conservatives will forever further litigate and demonize honest sex work. And with the possibility of Project 2025, we have to do everything in our power to separate us people like this. Absolutely. And I saw Masculine Jason, who I love his stuff and, you know, a lot of his videos and stuff. I would love to see him talk about this on his show. Like, he's been interviewing a lot of, you know, adult content creators. I would love to see him address something like this on his YouTube channel. So I definitely agree with them on this. It's like, you know what? They're going to use this as an opportunity to demonize sex workers. This one little thing. And that's, I think, the irritation for me with this whole thing about Austin Wolf. Y'all be trying to find ways to demonize sex workers when we all know it's the world's oldest profession. And I don't want it to get to that point, but it's up to, I feel like, you other content creators to get out there, the smart ones. The ones of you that like to keep your head in the sand and want to act completely aloof and oblivious. This conversation ain't for y'all. But for those of you who actually understand the business and are smart and on top of that, this is the part where y'all got to come out and be like, you know what, we need to separate ourselves from that bullshit, because we wasn't with, you know, the foolishness that he was doing. So I say all this, if convicted, Smith faced up to 30 years in jail across both offenses. So anyone with further information on the case, they're encouraged to call the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. And if someone has experienced SV, sexual violence, the National Sexual Assault Hotline is available 24/7 and free and confidential services. With free and confidential services. So let's not let one rotten apple spoil the bunch. Conservatives, in my opinion, will always find ways to push back against the queer community, especially if you're a sex worker. And we need to, in my opinion, take this as a teachable moment to be more responsible in regards to, the type of content you put out there. And the content creators, you need to be more responsible with who you collaborating with. I know it's like we can't always have a magic 8-ball to predict who is what and what people are about. Like, that's not something that, can happen. But we just need to be more cognizant or conscious, I should say, of who y'all are collaborating with. And if you are, and also, it doesn't take much for y'all to actually look at the people's body of work, excuse me, to see the type of content they put out there. And Austin has been someone who's notorious for always trying to promote that whole older man, young boy fetish type of thing, because he knows that's where he gets his income. A lot of times when you're a content creator, a lot of us look at the algorithms to see what the spike is and what it is that y'all like. And the thing that you like and the thing that's going to get you paid a lot is what you're going to keep putting out there. And he knows that whole daddy son pedophilia type of sexual videos is what gets a lot of people in our community off and gets people interested in watching. So that's what I believe. But anyway, I'm sure that this story isn't going to be going away anytime soon. We still have to wait on him going to trial and seeing like what's going to happen with that, if he's going to end up in jail or, and all that other stuff. So I'll definitely be keeping my eye on this story. But I'll say, what do you guys think of it? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below. Okay. Felix said, I remember Courtney Love warned people about Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, she did, and nobody listened until it had to get to a point of, and I think that, when she spoke out about Harvey Weinstein, that's what got her blacklisted as an actor, because she was transitioning from being a singer to being taken seriously as an actor. And when I think that Harvey Weinstein was being all skeevy and was trying to get up in her panties and things, and she spoke out about him, and she ended up getting blacklisted because of it. So did you read Austin's lawyer say he can't eat the food? It's Michelle, first of all, when you're in jail, I'm sorry, but you don't get to have the privileges that you had when you were a free person. You don't get to be picky about the food that you can't put in your body because it's inorganic, because it's going to fuck with my diet. Your days of eating right and exercising, well, you can exercise in prison because they got their own gyms and things. But the way you lived your life when you were a free man, those days is done until you can be able to get off and, be free again. But when you're in jail, you have no rights as a human being. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry, but your privilege is showing, sir. And to me, it's like with all this other, it's just like you're not getting it. I just feel like this is this white male privilege bullshit that's going on. We can't eat the food because it can kill him. I mean, if he's got allergies or whatever the case is, I don't know how that whole situation works in regards to allergies and things of that nature when you're in jail. But from what I heard, is like that type of facility is very much they keep you in solitary confinement, which I think fucks with people's mental health. That's probably why a lot of times people come out of jail, they half-ass crazy instead of getting the help they're supposed to be getting. We don't know if that prison is basically an institution where they just make money off of the bodies that they collect in there. It's not about really trying to rehabilitate the people to go out into the real world. So it's like, I'm surprised X and Instagram didn't delete his child. You really think Elon Musk is going to delete his stuff? And yeah, you see, I pulled it up from the Instagram, probably because the Instagram people don't know who the fuck, unless somebody, I guess, what's the word? I guess goes and does a complaint or whatever the case is. on social media. That's the only way his stuff's going to get taken. It's like when people pass away, their social media is still up there. There's people that I have I'm friends with that passed away, and I still have them as on my friends list or whatever on social media. Like it's there forever. So unless it it gets taken down for any kind of violation or whatever the case is, Orson Welles' profiles are still going to be up there. It's not going to be updated unless he has somebody working on his profiles. But for the most part, it's up there unless somebody files a thing with saying like he violated something or another. That's the only way you get your pages and stuff taken down. So it gives me the vibe that Joey Mills did stuff. Well, Joey Mills, he's another one that's one of those forever twink types. So, and he's still trying to, capture that whole twink look or whatever the case was. But, at some point, you all can't be twinks forever. It gives me the vibe that, but then again, he's extremely rude to Boomer and the other people. I'm surprised Boomer Banks didn't slap him for thinking, are you talking about that reality show that they did, the X-Rated NYC? They said that reality, oh yeah. I was thinking that was all performative. Well, he's arrested and charged. He hasn't been convicted yet. He probably has to go through a trial. They're not letting him out because, he was, I guess he have to wait for his trial date for when he's actually to go before a judge and they bring out the case, or whatever. But they feel like he's a flight risk, so that's why he's not been released. His attorneys wanted to have him on house arrest, but the judge was against it. And if people want to know the full story, I have a full episode of, the Austin Wolf situation, his arrest. I read the whole citation from, the FBI that they put before the judge so that way they could issue the warrant for his arrest. That full episode is up there. If people have not seen it, has all the details. Okay, so now let's move on and let's talk about Zac Efron, who people are going in on his face. Now, I have not seen that movie that he did with Nicole Kidman. It's a Netflix movie that came out, I think, on Friday called The Family Affair. The romantic comedy, the rom-com which stars Nicole Kidman and Joey King, because Joey King plays Nicole's daughter, sorry. The 36-year-old actor is seen with a noticeably wider jaw and stockier facial features, and viewers have been quick to point out just how different he looks. But this is weird because a while ago, we've been talking about, I feel like, same thing I said about the whole thing about voting for Trump again. Are y'all memories really that short that y'all don't remember, like, it was maybe a couple of years ago that we've seen Zac Efron's face and he looked different because he shattered his jaw and people are still going on. Like, y'all got that much of a slug. Y'all don't remember shit like 5 minutes after you done seen it. So yeah, that's what he currently looks like now. And yes, I do agree. Zac was hot back then, but here's the thing. Looking at him now, yeah, he looks a little crazy because, he had to he had bad plastic surgery because of the jaw shatterization. I still hit it. But it's trying to watch hashtag A Family Affair with hashtag Zac Efron, but I'm way too distracted by whatever he did to his beautiful face. Why would he do that to himself? One Twitter user wrote while watching the new movie. Another simply shared, WTF has he done to his face? Now in 2022, the Baywatch star caused a stir when he unveiled his dramatic new appearance, attributing it to a severe fall that reportedly shattered his jaw. Despite his explanation, fans continue to question Zac's transformation after watching A Family Affair, as well as some behind-the-scenes footage the actor shared on his IG account, saying, "What happened to Zac Efron's face? Did he get a bunch of filler? He looks 50 years up close," one wrote. Yet another added, "Can't be the only one who thinks Zac Efron looks weird in that face. Couldn't concentrate on the movie." Others rushed to defend the star, citing his previous surgery following a serious fall years ago. A tweet about Zac Efron's face goes viral every month, literally every month, and every single time someone has to explain what happened to his jaw, and now he had to get reconstructive surgery and whatnot. This shit is tiring. I agree, because it's like Google is y'all friend. Y'all, I feel like y'all just get on social media and just say shit just to be annoying, but it's like a simple Google search would suffice. What happened to his face? It ain't gonna change. Now, in November, fans were left surprised at his unrecognizable face in an interview he did for EW. The actor was doing a promotional interview with the magazine for his film The Iron Claw, at the time. Somebody asked, what happened to his face? While another called his face huge. There was a couple of tweets. Somebody wrote, imagine thinking that that face was a ruined face. Zac Efron is still one of the most handsome men on this planet. Even if he wasn't, it's still such a terrible thing to say. People are awful. I absolutely agree. Trying to watch hashtag a family affair with Zac Efron, but I'm way too distracted by whatever he did to his beautiful face. It looks like a huge chin implant and lip fillers. Why would he do that to himself? His chin looks like Thanos' chin. He was so handsome before. Not Thanos, chair. Zac Efron went to Cabo and got a facelift. That's what another person tweeted. Oh, y'all are just mean with these tweets. Oh my God, can y'all imagine if they did an episode of me, of Zac Efron reading mean tweets about himself? Who does that? Is that Jimmy Kimmel? And he reads this shit on TV? That would just be so hurtful. I'm sure he knows he looked crazy, but here's the thing. He looked like basically like one of, when he give me no shade. I know Robert was in the comments saying Mickey Rourke. But no, you know who I was looking at that was looking crazy in the face, and he just did an interview with David Archuleta? Sam Champion. Sam Champion is another one that lay off the damn fillers. He is looking like a full-on blowfish. Like, what, sir, what are you doing? And I used to see Sam Champion a lot of times whenever I would go to Fire Island. I would see Sam Champion out, on the boat, going to Fire Island. Everybody get on that damn boat. That's the only way you getting out there, unless you got friends that got a boat that can take you out there. But otherwise, we all getting on the same damn boat to Fire Island. Anyway, so another person put, there was an episode of Dexter's Laboratory where he changes his face. This is what Zac Efron looks like. Another person tweeted, Nicole and Zac take it all the way back to the Paperboy in 2012. Another person put, WTF happened to hashtag Zac Efron for real. I mean, he was great in 17 again and Baywatch and that documentary on Netflix. Then it's like he did that wrestling movie and his face just effing blew up like the Hulk. Like, you were so attractive like 2 years ago and now you look like the Hulk. WTF, y'all gonna leave the Hulk alone. And Zac. Others compared him. Okay. So we already reminded y'all the jaw. Y'all already talked about, and then and when he appeared in Men's Health magazine back in 2022, he addressed what about his face, and he basically said that he had a nasty accident in his house that caused a massive transformation in his face. The star recalled he slipped on a pair of socks while running at his home, calling him to smash his chin into a granite fountain. He said that when he was injured, the masseter muscles on the inside of his face and jaw then compensated for his injury, causing them to grow in size, hence the remarkable transformation. Well, look, I need somebody like a plastic surgeon. This is the only way we'll know if this shit is true. Zac Efron said what he said. I'm going to take his word for it. But because it's, his side, the granite can't speak. When he hit himself on that countertop, he can't speak about what had happened. So if there's a plastic surgeon out there, Dr. Miami or whatever, that could look at his thing and be like, is that true? Is that what may have happened? But yeah, they calling him Prince Farquhar and Shrek. Like, y'all are just evil with these posts. I'm not gonna read no more. Cause y'all just being shady up in here. They said there's a Chad filter on his face. But here's the thing. I like Zac Efron. He's an amazing actor. Y'all need to leave his face alone. And his friend came to his defense, Kyle Sandilands, and said that he would never get surgery, just to fuck up his face, comparing him to an oil painting by one of his old masters. So, I don't think that's a good thing. And I was like, oh yeah, he looks like an oil painting. So now the Australian radio host, who's known Zac for years, shut down speculation during the Kyle and Jackie O show at the time, saying, I would know if he's had any plastic surgery. And he said he hasn't had work done. And he said it was basically pointless for him to have plastic surgery because he's already so good looking. And that's another thing too. It's like, okay, so yeah, you're good looking. But here's the thing. Mickey Rourke was good looking too. And you see what he did to his face. But then again, Mickey Rourke probably did that because remember, at one point he took a break from acting and became a boxer. And a lot of times when you get things broken on your body, hence what Zac Efron went through, you go and you try to get things repaired. And sometimes shit happens where it's like the doctor fucks your shit up and tells you, oh, you should get this and this will help, and you believe them, and then all of a sudden your face is looking crazy. So maybe, I don't know if you went and got a second, third, fourth opinion in regards to stuff, and the doctor did what they did, and that's what it is. But at the end of the day, like I said, Zac Efron, regardless of what y'all people out here saying, I still hit it. So whatever. Man, I'm just a whore. It's like I still clap them cheeks. Zac Efron still can get it, honey. So let me know what y'all think of this story. Do y'all believe Zac that he just went and had the jaw got messed up and he just didn't got reconstructed surgery? And unfortunately, that's basically what happened. Is that's how it looked. Whatever y'all think, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so it said he looked like that. Well, yeah, they said that in the Iron Claw. That was like, he did that film maybe like a year or two ago. So that was like post-surgery. Yeah, there was a whole thing about him, like he was posting, he was sharing files of like sex with an infant. I don't know if he was doing it, but he had files of that. There was a video of, a 10-year-old bound and brutally assaulted sexually. And this was the stuff that he was sharing. So, okay, child, she gets on my goddamn nerves. But let's talk about this clown. Let's talk about JoJo Siwa. There was another picture I saw her. I should have posted that one to be shady. But I'm gonna be professional. I'll just read her while I'm talking about her. So anyway, this is a story that came out, Y'all are so shady for this pink news, but let's go with it. Karma hitmaker and CEO of Gay Pop, JoJo Siwa, has admitted that she doesn't watch RuPaul's Drag Race despite appearing as a guest judge on All Stars 8 just last year. The former Dance Mom star put her foot in it again after being questioned by a Metro reporter on which Drag Race judge she prefers, either the hilarious Ross Matthews or style superstar Carson Kressley. No shade. I mean, I met Ross Matthews. He's cool. I met him at DragCon when I was in New York. I mean, the New York DragCon. We were both in Starbucks, and we had a little kiki moment. But if I had to choose, I'm choosing T.S. Madison because she's a judge. I know you had to choose between the two, but I'm choosing T.S. Madison because I want to be a rebel. I want to choose somebody not on the list. So she goes, after she stared blankly, the aghast reporter quipped, "Do you know who they are?" Siwa 21 began to shake her head as the gagged interviewer blurted, "You don't watch Drag Race? Girl, you were just on the show." And then she said, "I know." Because, she sounded like a horse lesbian after she smoked like 8 packs of goddamn cigarettes when she talked. She grins and responds, "Which one should I say?" Girl, now if you gotta ask which one you gotta say, then this is why I can't stand her stupid ass. Can y'all boo her again? Like she got booed at the New York Pride over the weekend. Boo her ass again. Let's boo her every time we see the bitch. Anyway, the reporter even whispered in Siwa's ear, and she confirmed that Ross Matthews. Now y'all even look at the spilling the tea, saying like she had to be whispered. Oh wait, hold on. We got the clip. Hold on now. Let's play it. I didn't realize it was a clip. This is the first time I'm seeing the video. He's old. Let's all gag together and just embarrass this dumb looking bitch. Oh, they asked her at Pride, so they should have booed her after because this is that same horrible ass outfit she wore, looking like a reject from the WWE. Anyway, let's play the clip.
Carson Kressley or Ross Matthews? Do you know who they are? You don't watch Drag Race? Oh, you were just on the show.
No! Which one should I say? Ross Matthews for sure.
Carson Kressley or
The embarrassing thing about this is you're literally recording this as is and y'all really don't. I feel like these days y'all really don't be trying to clean up and make artists look good anymore. Now y'all just putting every damn thing out. They must have realized, what, this will go even more viral by just leaving all the mess in and just have her look stupid on camera. This is how I just be like, this broad is so fake and phony where y'all trying to make her a thing for the community. Like, look, she rubbed me the wrong way already when she was talking about she was trying to bring something new to the industry called gay pop. I was like, girl, what the fuck you been? Gay pop been popping off since, I'll go and say, the 80s. My wife's telling me to stand. How the fuck I'm gonna stand? I'm doing a show. But anyway, like, I got to get my the workout thing. Where it's like, oh yeah, it's time to stand. You've been sitting for long. Yeah, I'm doing a show. Watch. But anyway, she is a damn fool. This is why I can't get around with her. But anyway, they said during Untucked, she even told the queens about how much she adored Drag Race, telling the contestants that her household is the number one fan of. How can the household be the number one fan? I guess all the people that you live with. Said every song, every queen she added, but not just the judges, it seems. Yet Untucked also played an unaired moment in which Siwa sang along to Candy Muse's verse in season 13's mega mix song Lucky, an obscure reference if there ever was one. It's so cool that you're such a fan of the show, Candy Muse told her. The fact that you sat up there on the panel, and not only that, knew every single word of Lucky, my verse. I'm like, oh, she watches the show. Or maybe what it was that just at the time, even though she knew at the time she didn't watch the show, she was like, okay, so who are the queens on the show? And let me reference one of them just to make it seem like I actually know their stuff. So I'm gonna just listen to their song and just learn the lyrics and those other stuff, so that way I can be extra impressive when I get there. This is how fake and phony a lot of these damn celebrities are. So, and that's what, what this also reminds me of? Whenever I be watching Roscoe's and Naisha and them be up there being like, who's that celebrity? Why is she on there? That's what it's given. It's like y'all just be trying to find everybody, anybody, and throwing them on the show. And just because they're a part of the community or they're an ally, don't necessarily mean they real fans of the show. So I really feel like new producers over there at Drag Race need to do a better job at vetting these phony balonies that come on there pretending like they like Drag Race. Because now I'm finding out a lot of these celebrities that be coming on there and be like, are y'all really a fan? Or y'all just putting on, a charade because y'all want a moment? Or y'all want us checking out your shit or want someone, but you definitely lost more points with me. I mean, I didn't particularly care for her anyway, but she definitely lost more brownie points. She's been losing brownie points to me a lot lately. The whole gay pop thing irritated me. That single where she's trying to revamp her career, that's a chop. And then she goes and goes on a rant because somebody booed her at the damn award, at Pride over the weekend, when it's like, your music's trash. Of course you were booed. You're not even you can't sing to save your damn life. So you just dance and just put music out and just think like you're that girl when you're not. And now, you're not even a fan of Drag Race. So your ass shouldn't have been on there anyway. So hold on. And she be getting on my damn nerves when that stupid ass bow that she be wearing. I was like, girl, why you wearing a dumb ass bow on your head? But anyway, let me see if there was some people that commented on. So let me pull this picture back up. She looks stupid, but she always looked dumb. But anyway, so it says, I don't think there is a parent deep down that doesn't want their kid to not be themselves. She may not watch the show Tamar, because that's the ongoing line. Do you watch the show Tamar? That's always an ongoing line that they say on the show. But she at least knows what drag performers are up against right now, and that counts as some. No, it don't. She ain't getting. Stop trying to get these mediocre ass artists passes. Gay media. Though some fans are roasting the performer for her lack of Drag Race knowledge, others have come to her defense, insisting she is absolutely not the first guest judge to know very little about the show. Plus, it's like Siwa won't think twice about biting back against the Drag Race fandom. Over the weekend, she stopped her performance. Yeah, we already know, but still, she still ain't shit, because it's like, how you go on a show, you don't even know who the people are. Like I said, she was looking for a moment, so whatever. Anyway, let me know what y'all think of this story down below. She's tired, in my opinion. I ain't never particularly cared for JoJo, but whatever. The only JoJo I care about is Miss Leave Get Out. Right now, it's time for you and me. That JoJo. The one that got fucked over at Blackground Records. That's the only JoJo I recognize. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so it said, have you checked Austin's Instagram? They turn off the damn comments. Someone has their phone. Well, look, I remember somebody asked me, is there someone, do they film adult content in prison? And I think it was ATL Tay, I think his name is. I've seen him posting videos from prison. So maybe they did turn off the comments. I would be surprised. Or maybe his husband has access to his Instagram and probably did it. I did like when Ruta Lee was on Untucked. She was really sweet. Well, yeah, Ruta Lee is a legend in the industry. How you doing? Oh, look, we got the UK up in here. You know, we international. International fish. Okay, so we got two more topics and then we are out of here with today's show. So let's get to this Ariel Versace story. I know it's Versace, but you know, it will forever be Versace. Shout out to Naomi Malone. You know, one of my all-time favorite movies is Showgirls. So anyway, there's a story going around that, you know, there was a rumor that she was the All-Stars queen that dropped out. So, during Roscoe's Tavern viewing party last month, Nature Lopez and Miss Vanjie talked about existing allegations that a certain drag queen cast of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 8 had dropped out of the competition after being paid a stipend, allegedly ghosting producers before filming started. This led certain Drag Race fans to theorize that the queen in question could have been season 11 star Ariel Versace. First of all, I never thought Ariel Versace. But if that's what y'all going with, okay, we'll go along with it. We'll entertain it. So now on Monday, July 1st, that would be yesterday, Ariel shared an IG story strongly denying the speculation and clapping back at fans who were attaching her name, in that situation. The season 11 star wrote the following: Twitter is wild, you guys, laugh emojis. That's why I barely use it anymore. Don't you do adult cinematography? It's a cesspool for rumors and random drama. I just caught wind that there is some rumor I was cast on All Stars 8. I wasn't. And then dropped out and stole the stipend for costumes. Huh? Laugh emojis. She added that would, one, never be able to happen. That is true. Because here's the thing. If you steal, how you stealing people money and then thinking that you can get away with it? Like, you can get sued. That's that you're stealing, you know, network money's money. Network money's money. You're stealing these people's money that are giving you an advance to use the money for your costumes, whatever the case is. You thinking y'all could just take money and just run and not pay it back? Or you could just and not show up? You can. That's a lawsuit. So she said that would one, never be able to happen, and two, I work my ass off daily doing gigs and running my hair business from my own money, honey. Why do people believe everything they read on the internet? It's mind-boggling. Anyway, kisses emojis. Now, Ariel competed in season 11 of Drag Race and went home in the 5th episode after lip-syncing against Sugarcane to I'm Your Baby Tonight by Whitney Houston. Since her elimination, Ariel has appeared in certain lists of speculated queens for All-Star seasons. According to the statement, however, Ariel says that she did not cash in a stipend for All-Stars 8 and ghosted producers prior to filming. Ariel still works as a drag queen and has nearly 400,000 followers on IG. There are also performances done out of drag for certain events, as documented via the alt Instagram Brian Phillip. Ariel's out of drag presentation. Brian also maintains an active OF page. So here's the thing. I never really go by he said, she said. And when I do hear he said, she said type of stuff, say that 10 times fast, child. That's like she sell down by the seashore. There was one video that I saw earlier where it was like, if you have a New York accent, try to say this. Trying to say this certain phrase. I can't remember what it was, but I cackled when I was watching it. I think I shared it in my IG stories. But anyway, so it was like, to me, when I look at certain things, it's like, yeah, we shouldn't be so quick to jump into, to jump to conclusions when it comes to certain situations, when it comes to people in regards of, oh, so-and-so said this rumor on All Stars, didn't mention a name, but then people go on social media and start just throwing names out there and being like, oh, is this person? And then the bullying begins. It's like, you don't even have concrete evidence that this was the person that went on there and did all this. So how y'all running around making this type of commentary and running along with it? So I totally understand what Ariel Versace was understanding. Now, why this is kept, I definitely want to know who it was that allegedly took the money and ran. And I feel like World of Wonder, I feel like y'all low-key get off on this narrative being put out there. But I definitely would, y'all definitely need to put it out there for us to know who it is that y'all talking about. So that way we can put this to bed and people stop being so quick to speculate. Now, speaking of speculation, so yesterday I had found out some tea on who some of the names could possibly be on All Stars 10. From what I've heard, it's probably gonna, I believe It's going to be 15 queens. There's going to be a 3-episode premiere. And all 3 of those episodes, they're going to eliminate 1 queen and bring it down to 12 girls that's going to be on Drag Race to compete. So they are going back to the eliminations. That's what I heard. And then, and then they said they're going back. So it's going to go back to allegedly to the back to the elimination format. And some of the names that I heard that is going to be on the season, I heard Bosco, Diabetti, Alyssa Hunter, Kerry Colby, Maddie Morphosis, Deja Scott, and yes, Georgia is going back for another damn season after she just was on the current season that's airing. So this is what I'm hearing. Take it with a grain of salt, but that is the rumor that's going around. I know there's been a lot of Drag Race All Stars 10 rumors floating around. I don't have the full list. I'm still trying to find it out. But in regards to All Stars 10 rumors, which the season is currently filming, I remember they said Venus was on there. I'm like, no, Venus is not on there. I've heard Morgan Michaels' name. Morgan Michaels is still doing drag out in LA. How's she going to be in 2 places at the same damn time? So Morgan is not on the season. I heard Tatiana. I'm not necessarily sure if that's true. So there's a lot of names that's floating around. But anyway, to wrap this story up, let me know what you think. Who do y'all think is the person that allegedly took this type of money, or if that even happened? I just feel like sometimes these girls be making shit up just so that way y'all can go viral on social media. And it is grist for our mill for for us to talk about in that sort of way. But anyway, whatever y'all feel in regards to that and the rumors surrounding All Stars 10, let me know in the comments down below. Now, speaking of comments, there's like someone asked me, why are so many lesbians conservatives? I said that's why they're okay with Trump winning, because they've seen as what gay men should be, married, children. They don't even want gays married with kids and shit. So by voting for Trump, we ain't getting that. Like, if anything, they're probably going to roll back the rights of queer people. Transgender people won't be able to have rights to get reconstructed, to get gender reassignment surgery, hormone blockers, that sort of thing. They're going with that. And, kids having the ability to go and get the surgery, where it should be up to the parent and the child and not the government. So this is really going to be the government, where they talk about limited government with the Republicans. Republicans are trying to find ways to assert themselves in everybody's lives. So if y'all really thinking about voting for Trump, that's not going to happen, I don't know what to tell you. Ariel Versace looks kind of stank. I've never really seen their content. Maybe I have in passing on Twitter, but yeah, I've never subscribed to Ariel. But child, have y'all seen Dahlia Sin stuff? I've met Dahlia Sin. Dahlia Sin is very good looking in person. I met Dahlia Sin at the premiere for season 15 when I got to do the red carpet and stuff for that. Okay, child, let's get to our final topic, because this is the fun. I want to have a little fun with y'all. So if y'all have a way of not revealing, but or what y'all best and worst albums of 2014, definitely drop those in the comments. But Out Magazine, because we're already halfway through the year, 6 months in. This is month 7, so half the year is already gone. We're well into summer. Summer started about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So Out Magazine, I've seen a couple of other websites, but because this is a gay publication, we're going to entertain what the gays are listening to and what the gays feel is the best albums of the year so far. So Out compiled their list yesterday, actually. And so let's go down through it. So one of the albums that they picked was Ariana Grande's Eternal Sunshine. I disagree. That album is terrible. I find it, in my opinion, it's the worst album of 2024. But if y'all like basic R&B pop music, then I guess we'll go along with it. That y'all like it, I love it. But they said Ariana Grande's best chance for an album of the year win at the upcoming 2025 Grammys, Thank You Next, might have given us the hits, but Eternal Sunshine is her clearest, tightest, and vibey work yet. The replay value is top tier. For who? Because word on the curb is people ain't featuring that record, especially not amongst the gays. Only made better by Grande's iconic remixes of the era. First of all, that mess and remix didn't even help the original. I tell you, the best version of Yes, and in my opinion, is the Bless Madonna remix. That's the only time I can tolerate that song. And I don't even care for the Boy Is Mine thing with her and Monica and Brandy. Somebody is uplifting, it's beautiful, it's pop music, and it's fine. Child, y'all need to get y'all the wax clean out y'all ears because I totally disagree with what y'all wrote here. But anyway, let's move on. They also said some girl, Rachel Chinoriri. I don't know who the fuck that is, so let's move on. Another artist, they said Cowboy Carter by Beyonce. I will agree with that. I do like Cowboy Carter. I like the concept. I like the idea behind Cowboy Carter. It's definitely an album that has shifted the culture, especially it's ignited a conversation, whether you like the album or not. It has definitely ignited a conversation between, Black folks and country music, how the foundation of country was built by Black people. And how, even though there have been Black artists who have been not infiltrating is a poor choice of words, but even though there are Black artists who have been out here making country music, I do feel that Beyonce has definitely gotten a lot of people who weren't really into country interested in country, and has been listening to other artists who y'all may not have heard of that she worked with on the record, like a Tanner Riddell, a Raina Roberts, those artists, just to name a few, Shabuzi, has gotten people interested in checking them out. So whether or not you like the album, I do agree with that. Their next choice, and I told y'all I'm in love with this album and I am obsessed with this album. And okay, let me turn this damn phone because y'all getting on my goddamn nerves with all the interruptions. Another album that I will say that I told you came out over the weekend on Friday, and I have not stopped listening to this record because it's such a vibe. The vibe that y'all saying that Ariana Grande is giving, but she ain't. But this album is. And that's Omar Apollo's God Said No. So they said the crooner's latest album opens with a guitar pluck thesis statement saying, "Be careful with me." Oh, I'll definitely be careful with you in the bedroom. Let me start, because I love me some Omar Apollo. The record goes on to explore heartbreak and yearning over hip-hop beats and 80s synths. It's only been a few days since its release, but apparently the LP jumped to the top of their list. Whoever heard Omar Apollo, thank you. Probably Frank Ocean, allegedly. And that's what they said he was in a relationship with. I don't think Frank Ocean would know what to do with Dick if you slapped him in the face with it. But anyway. So another choice that they picked as their best choice, Billie Eilish's Hit Me Hard and Soft. Now, I agree with this because, we've had the conversations, and I said that Billie Eilish, speaking of vibes, she's another one that's been giving me a full vibe with this album. To me, I feel like she's elevated herself in regards to her songwriting, the production quality, and her singing. She's not doing that low register, growl, mumbly type of vibe anymore. Like, she's really hitting them, like she's taking them octaves up a bit. So Billie Eilish is singing on this record. Because she used to irritate me in her earlier stuff. Like, she would kind of do that lower register, like the mumbling. You could barely understand what she's saying. Kind of like with Ariana Grande. Like, I need subtitles on her ass when she's saying. Because she seemed like she be trying to do like that white girl playing hood chick cosplay with the way she sings. So they said her third album is a 10-track expansion of her sound and style, but just feels effortlessly cool even when it's absolutely devastating. Shahiro is one of the most unique songs of the year. Birds of a Feather has taken TikTok by storm with his breezy portrait of a forever love. And The Greatest captured the tragic accomplishment of putting yourself second for someone who isn't doing the same for you. And don't forget about the song where she's talking about she won't eat somebody's box. They also mentioned, so shout out to Billie Eilish, because yes, her album is doing the damn thing. Now that's an album that needs to go up for album of the year, not no damn Eternal Damn Sunshine. Although I'm sure she will get a nomination. You know who I also think should get album of the year? Make Me Sweat, Make Me Holler. Tyler. Her album's getting a lot of praise from the industry. I think it's also on their list too, even though it didn't make mine. I haven't really listened to the album yet, so maybe I need to check out Tyler's new album. But yeah, I haven't gotten around to it. So they also said Turn 21 Arya Starr. I have no idea who that is. So let's move on. Where the Butterflies Go in the Rain by Raveena, another artist I have never heard of. But here's now this is on my list. Brat by Charlie XCX. So she's the it girl for a reason. Brad is Charlie XCX at her most powerful, clever, and interesting. More than a decade after her debut, she finally has the bravado to back up the talent that's always been there. Sympathy as a knife is cuttingly honest glimpse into her psyche over a chaotic beat and scream-worthy chorus, juxtaposed to the bravado bursting out of Von Dutch in 360. 360, the bigger thing looking at me. I'm everywhere, I'm so Julia. Like, how you even turn Julia into like this iconic thing, even though we ain't been checking for Julia Foxtown, but she made her, you know, a thing for us to be paying attention to. So the neon green cover has become a meme-worthy moment. Yeah, because I see a lot of people be using the green font, you know, on a lot of their posts on social media. So it's a moment doubling as a critique of the expectations we place on pop girls. The Girl So Confusing remix with Lord is an instant classic. Yes, it is, child, because I've still been listening to that song. And the internet indeed did go crazy, just as Charlie predicted. Charlie XCX has made pop music fun again, and that's why we're obsessed with that record. Now, that's where they went in their best. But, child, let's get to the worst. I think I kind of agree with the worst more than they best. So, worst album they've chosen, Dula Peep's Radical Optimism. I wholeheartedly agree. So they said Dula Peep's latest feat isn't bad, just forgettable, which is even more disappointing considering how highly anticipated Radical Optimism was. Absolutely, especially after she came out with her last album. We was all anticipating Radical Optimism. And here's the thing. I love me some Tame Impala and Kevin's work with Tame Impala. However, it doesn't translate with Dula Peep's music. And I heard she came out with an extended version of Radical Optimism, but if I couldn't get through the original album, what makes you think I want to hear an extended version of it? So it says the songs retread the path future nostalgia laid down, but the record failed to produce anything as unique, or sonically interesting. Why listen to Training Season when you can listen to Physical? Or Falling Forever when you can remember the thrill of dancing to Don't Start Now? Dula Peep set a very high bar with future nostalgia and just couldn't reach it a second time. Another album they picked, and Charlotte, you know, I already know I've been windmilling over this record saying it's a piece of shit. And I'm glad the gays agree. Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department. A retread of all of Taylor Swift's familiar themes with nothing of interest to add to her lore because her fans are basic just like her and live for her basicness. The Tortured Poets Department offers some cool synth productions. From who? Are we talking about the dude from Bleachers? Because what the people were saying, they don't even like his production. His production has become predictable. As predictable as Taylor Swift's become with a lot of her music. They want her to stop working with Jack Antonoff. So it said that, but anyway, it said that, but ultimately it's too long, repetitive, cloudy, lyrical, mid, and worst of all, boring. Well, hello. But then we got white media fish continuing trying to shove this bullshit down our throat. Now the next album is like, damn, this woman can't catch a break. We talk about it every damn day on the show. Practically, we talked about it earlier. Jennifer, This Is Me Now, said Jennifer Lopez has become the internet's punching bag. I mean, quiet as it's kept, as of late, which we think is unwarranted, but her latest project, This Is Me Now, certainly didn't help her case. This passion project with a big budget, but feels like a first draft, imprecise and uninspired with thin melodies, thin vocals, and forgettable lyrics. I added the thin vocals in there. The accompanying Amazon Prime Video movie was a visually stunning yet baffling display of wealth that one laughed at more than laughed with. So, Chad, they said beautiful gowns. Oh my God, I totally forgot. I had a photo and stuff that I wanted to add to bit in the background to kind of give, you know, a little situation to the thing where they had a couple of the albums. So we're going to leave that up there, even though this is not there's some of my picks in there, but I said, let's just add that photo up there. I forgot to add it because I got so caught up in the list. Child, we talked about her yesterday, so they put this in here too, and I'm glad the gays agree. Camila Cabello's CXOXO. They said Camila Cabello's latest album is a baffling departure from the songs that made her popular. What, Havana and Senorita? They said that's only 2 songs out of 4 albums. So CXOXO bumbles through various pop and hip hop sounds, funneling it through her sad Latina girl lens. Camilla samples the Dream Shorty is the shit on Dream Girls, which is fun in theory, but clunky in reality. The City Girls rapping over a wistful piano riff simply does not make sense. Then there's the downright baffling sample of Pitbull's Hotel Room Service on Check's Notes, a ballad. To top it off, Cabello's inexplicably gives Drake, who has been raked over the coals for months following Kendrick Lamar's massively successful diss tracks about him, a 2-minute solo interlude in the middle of the album. Talk about bad timing. Excuse me. Cabello's attempt to present something fresh comes across like the one video of Katy Perry awkwardly posturing next to Migos on SNL, Pretty When I Cry, and the Lil Nas X feature saved the album from being a complete scrap. Well, at least there was some positive in that. Okay, so that is their list. So now, of course, I had to come up with my own list because I was like, I know y'all about to miss a whole lot of damn albums and things. Oh my God, I totally forgot. There's an album that I forgot to mention. Hold on a second. So, because I was like, an album just came to my head, and I need to write that down to add to my list. See, this is what I hate when I do stuff because then things start popping in my brain. I was like, wait a minute, they released a new album. I got to add that to my list. So here's my list in no particular order. And then, like I said, if y'all have y'all favorite albums of the year, your best and worst, definitely drop that in the comments and I'll read them. In case I didn't bring some up. So in no particular order, best album so far of 2024: Charlie XCX's Brat, Beyonce Cowboy Carter, A.G. Cook Britpop, Omar Apollo God Said No, Billie Eilish Hit Me Hard and Soft, K Trinata Timeless, Channel 3, Head Rush, Megan Thee Stallion Megan, Jordy, who's another openly gay artist, Sex With Myself, Tove Lo and S.G. Lewis Heat EP, even though, yeah, I'm even adding EPs up in here, and there's 2. That's one of them. Shy Girl Club Shy. She actually released like a remix and she did an extended. There's so many different versions of Club Shy that's out, so it could be any of them. But I picked Club Shy anyway. So Justice Hyper Drama, Shakira La Mujeres Ya No Lloran, Venus by Zara Larson, Kim Petras Slut Pop Miami, Gasafo Stein Gamma, Kalila Rave N the remixes. Tanashi, Match My Freak, the EP, and Cakes the Killer, Black Sheep, because I forgot to put Cakes Killer on here. And I definitely like his new album with, he got Dawn Richard and a bunch of other people on there. So I had to add him. And, because I always talk about Cakes the Killer on here. But yeah, so that's my list in no particular order. I didn't come up with a worst stuff. I just thought that, what, even though y'all put it in the thing, I was like, oh yeah, I know the albums and I could pretty much talk about that. But I don't really do worst albums anymore. Like I used to do that back in the day, but now I just put like my best of records and I'll let everybody else do that. And I'll just use this show to bring up the whole worst album of the year situation. But anyway, what are your choices in regards to best and worst of so far? Because like I said, we're halfway through the year. I'm definitely curious to hear what your choices are: best, worst, anything in between. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below. Okay, so now we have comments. Speaking of which, let's run over to those. It said, "Don't get mad at me, but why would I get mad at you?" Like I love, we all difference of opinion over here. So it said, "Don't get mad at me, my top 5 so far: Brat, Pink Friday 2. Was that this year or last year though? What's TTPD? Cowboy Carter, and I can't think of a film." These are my top 5, and I couldn't come up with a 5. I came up with 4. And so I'm watching your show while shopping at that's crazy. So you're watching my show while shopping and looking for hardware. Come on, lesbian. Looking for that good old hardware. And so on my drive here, I heard FTCU from Nicki Minaj and a new song from Taylor album on my radio station. So they definitely getting pushed right now. Mm-hmm. And so they play 4 seconds. Ew. Why? That's why I hate radio. I'm so glad I don't listen to radio. My top 3 is Brat, Gut, Spilled. Oh, yeah, that did come out this year. TTPD, My Top 3 Retro Records, Rainbow 25 by Mariah Carey, Anti by Rihanna, and Demeter Joe by Janet Jackson. I'm like, why am I having a moment? Oh, the Torture Poets Department. That's what TT. I'm like, what is TTPD? Oh, that's why you said don't get mad, because you didn't want me to get mad at you over the Taylor Swift thing. And it said, I feel like all of them in a collage, only Ariana and Bey's album made a lasting impact that lasted past 1 week. Torture Poet, yeah, that's what I was like. I had a brain for it. I was like, what is TTPD? And I didn't even see y'all comments. I was like, it clicked in my brain. I was like, Torture Poets, yeah. So yeah, that's that. And I was like, yeah, I need to bring that up because I was like, that would be pretty entertaining to talk about like what y'all favorite albums of the year are and what's not your favorite album, that sort of thing. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, so any questions, comments, and concerns I want to drop in the comments, please do so. Speaking now, forever hold your peace, because that was the last topic. Look, this was the first time in a long time I did a show under 3 hours. Because, we talk about a lot on this damn show. It said, yes, I'm a basic gay, pumpkin spice and Starbucks. Look, yes, I do. I love my basic gays. We can't always be, Look, I have my basic moments too. Look, I live for Starbucks. I was in Starbucks earlier. Because, I think I told you, I think I have a Starbucks addiction. Before it used to be, I would drink like, I would do Dunkin' Donuts, whatever. I don't like their coffee. I prefer Starbucks. It's no shade, just saying. So I have my basic moments, but it's just like, I just don't see the appeal of Taylor Swift. But like I said, if you like it, I love it. That is me lightly reading. It's like, if you like it, I love it. There's a little shade in there somewhere. But anyway, wait, let me take that out. I always forget to take all of that other stuff out. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so that way you know when we go live with a brand new episode of Chris Avalon Unfiltered. Thank you all for tuning in. Has been watching this live stream. And I don't know, depending if I'm not working, something or another, I gotta check and see if I'm actually working tomorrow. Definitely, I'll see if there's any tea going on in regards to like celebrity news and gossip. If not, yeah, it may be a while before I come back on with a new show, because I know July 4th, obviously, we're gonna be busy with Independence Day. I am. I'm gonna be heading out to Fire Island. It's been like I think 10 years since I've actually been. Last been at Fire Island. I think the last time I went out there, I was helping my friend out with a photo shoot or something or another. So, and then I think that's when I met. Oh my God, what the hell is her name? One of the pioneers of like public access. Forgot her goddamn name. It just slipped my brain. But anyway, so I was like, I ran into a whole bunch of people out in Fire Island and had a great old time. It's been a while since I've been out there, so I hope I remember how to get out there. I think I'm gonna take the train. I don't drive, so I'm gonna have to take the train out there. You got to take a train to and it's another thing that takes you to like the ferry. It's a long way to get out there because it's mad far. It's fucking Suffolk County. That's probably why I need a car. So, yes, love you all for watching. Let me get the hell out of here. I know I got to take a. Well, if Joel Kim Booth is gonna be out there, I just might. But I do love that movie though, even though I remember Lanier was saying that I saw an article of his on one of those sites that he writes for, that he says he doesn't particularly care for Joel Kim Booster's movie Fire Island because of the experiences he's had out there. Like, they were all welcoming and all that stuff when he went out there. I think he was saying the white people and everybody that was out there was welcoming, but the people that gave him pushback were the queens of color, because they were those assimilating type of queens that want to assimilate into the Fire Island crowd, and so they don't like that competition. When you see other people of color out there, they perceive you as competition and don't want to, they kind of give you like that evil look, that pushback, whatever. And I'm like, Fire Island is not just for white folks. I'm sorry. There's a lot of people that's very much welcome out there. I have friends who do a lot of parties out there. One of my friends, Daniel RDCO, has been holding it down in Fire Island for years, and his parties are very open and welcoming. So, all you other bitches, I don't give a fuck. But I support my friends, and I'll be out there on Thursday support, his party's over at the Ice Palace, because, bitch, I'm going to be up in there drinking and dipping it and doing it. So if anybody that does watch the show will happen to be out there in Fire Island, don't hesitate to say hello. Not shady, just fierce. But anyway, love you all for watching. And until next time, ciao, darlings.